All right, everybody, what's going on? Uh, oh, you know what I realized? Give me a second. I forgot something. Did I forget something? I don't know. I almost feel like I forgot something. I'm something. Rap running. All right, so I want to talk about the fact that woke always tends to equal broke. All right. So, one of the things that I can say is throughout my life, I've seen people who try to be overly politically correct. And I think political correctness is honestly really stupid and really limiting. And I think that people shouldn't think too hard about what they're saying. I think it's just important to think what you think and say what you want to say, even if it has social repercussions. The beauty is thinking whatever the hell you want to think and saying whatever the hell you want to say is actually really liberating. And when you live in a culture where people have to look over their shoulder about the things that they're saying, it limits how far a society can go. But today we're talking about woke people. Now, first person I think of is my dad. My dad is about as woke as they can get. I love my dad. I care about him, but I think he is a woke son of a bitch, and he projects his insecurities on others and is extremely narcissistic. I'm not afraid to say that either. I just think that sometimes when you have a narcissistic father, you have to basically say that he's a narcissist, And it sucks. I don't want to say these things about my dad. I really don't. But he's narcissistic and he thinks that I'm a bum. So I had proposed the idea of living with him. And the idea of it, because I just, it'd be easier not to pay rent for a while and be able to rack up on more dividend stocks. And because the more dividend stocks I have, the more income I have. And that's income that'll always grow over time, especially if I'm really diversified in the dividend stocks that I have, because ownership is the key. But my dad, because he can't see 15 minutes past himself, doesn't realize that ownership matters. That if you own the means of production, you own the world, essentially. But some people are short-sighted. My dad is the king of short-sighted, unfortunately. And I wish he could see, I really wish he could see more than 15 minutes past himself. I really do. Let's see. Give me a second here. But yeah, no, it's just sad that my dad he'll never understand. He doesn't have the ability to see more than 15 minutes past himself. And that it's one of the reasons why my dad and I have never been able to see eye to eye, because he has a very victimized mentality of the world where I believe in myself. I legitimately believe in my abilities. And I don't think that I have any real limitations. I really don't. I don't think I have any limit. I mean, I do have limits, obviously, but my naivety is what is my greatest strength. And people are like, "Well, you don't want to be naive. That's a bad idea." No, it's a great idea. When you're naive, nothing stops you. That's the one thing I will say. James Blunt, when he first became a musician, said that his naivety actually helped him a lot in becoming a great musician. Instead of thinking about all the competition and all the other great singers, he thought he was already the best. He just needed to put himself out there. And what do you know? He put himself out there and it worked. Granted, sometimes it takes a while, and that's okay. But it's very sad because I was trying to explain to my dad how I make money, and he just didn't seem to understand how I make money. And it was frustrating because I just wanted to live there so I could pay less rent. So that way I could use most of my money towards investing. I still use my money towards investing. I just would rather not pay rent for a while and live with him, and he has an extra room, and I would be willing to pay for utilities and shit and electricity, but that's, his but it was really weird. He decided to put a whole bunch of rules down. Like, you have to work a 20-hour per week job. It's like, what? I'll just do DoorDash. He's like, no, I want a consistent paycheck. And I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, I think I'm going to just stick to living at my apartment because there's freedom here. I may have to pay $675 in rent, but honestly, the amount of therapy that I would have to go through just to deal with my narcissistic father. Yeah, exactly. I'm better off not. I don't mind going over there and doing laundry and stuff, but honestly, living with him would actually be a nightmare because not only is he getting older and more narcissistic, the problem with narcissists is that as they grow older, they become even more and more narcissistic. Granted, I think I have some narcissistic traits, but then again, the fact that I can actually admit that I'm probably a narcissist is probably a pure hard fact that I may not be as narcissistic as I think I am. But then again, I consider the apple may not fall far from the tree. Granted. But no, it's very frustrating. My dad is more about optics than anything. He's more interested in looking like a good person than actually being a good person. That's where he and I do not see eye to eye. Anytime he does something great, he shares it on Facebook. He tries to show, look how great of a guy I am by supporting my local community. It's toxic. Every good deed that I do it in secrecy. I don't need to announce to the world that I've done a good thing, that I donate to charity. And hold on, give me a second. But these are all the things that I want to say to him, that I tried to say to him. Look, he's just, my problem with my father is this, and I do love him. I do care about him, but he is beyond frustrating to deal with because he has a very short-sighted view of the world. It's very limiting. It's extremely limiting the way he sees the world. He doesn't understand that what I've created on YouTube, this channel that I've created on YouTube has been very successful. And whenever I do live streams, I make a good amount of money. He just doesn't realize that I'm making money. And that, yeah, am I making a gob ton of money? No, but it's growing. And that's the one thing he doesn't seem to get. My dad is so short-sighted. I'm actually shocked. He's like, well, I'm making $2,500 a month or whatever the fuck amount he's making. And I'm thinking to myself, so fucking what? You still have to suck a cock. That's your problem. You still have to be managed by someone. I don't. The difference between me and my father is I don't have to be managed by anybody. No one manages me. So if I moved back in with him, that would actually be worse for me. Because not only because he would want me to have a W-2 job when I'm like, no, I like being an independent contractor. I like doing DoorDash. I like doing things like that. And the thing is, it's like, to be honest, I would rather just stay here. I like this apartment. I get to live alone. Even if I did live with my dad, I could handle it if he wasn't such a fucking narcissist. The problem with my dad is he's a fucking narcissist. And he wants to impose these fucking weird rules. And I'm like, why are you doing this? And, I wish, he would have saved himself a lot of trouble if he would have just said, I don't want you to live with me. And I'd be like, okay. I mean, I would be like, can you explain at least? I wouldn't have just been okay, but he seemed okay with it before, and then all of a sudden he's like, no, these are the rules. I'm afraid you're just gonna live with me forever. And blah. It's like, what? Like, dude, do you understand that I invest? I am so much more financially aware of my situation than he is. My dad buys a fucking truck that requires far more maintenance than my fucking car does. My dad makes horrible financial decisions all the time. He's good at making money. Granted, I will give him props on that, but he is so shitty at investing. He never had a 401k, never had an investment portfolio, none. And he's going to qualify for Social Security next year. That's fantastic. But you know what the problem is? You know what the problem is with that? Is that he could have retired a lot earlier. A lot earlier. If he would have just had a portfolio. And yeah, so here's the thing. Like, I don't make as much money as him, but here's the thing. Here's the thing though. I am making all of my money on my own. Sure, granted, I have the help of YouTube and people, send super chats and are members of my show and blah, blah, blah. And then I make money through advertising. I get that. And there's other ways that I make money too. Silver swing trading, a little bit of DoorDash here and there. The point is, my dad also has no faith in me. He thinks this YouTube channel is a fucking joke. Well, here, I'll tell you what, Dad, if you think this YouTube channel is a joke, I want you to just fucking unsubscribe, dude. The funny thing is my dad watches my retarded show, and the thing that he does he just doesn't think I'm going to be able to succeed with this. And the funny thing is the proof's in the pudding. I have basically 11,000 subs. He doesn't understand that the process is a growth process because my dad has never grown as an individual. My dad is a stunted individual who has never grown in any way, shape, or form. And this is the problem with people who are narcissistic. They don't want to learn anything new. They don't want to grow as an individual. They just want to stay as they are in their fucking comfort zone. All my dad has ever known in his life is sticking to the comfort zone. And this is one of the reasons why he's never accomplished anything in his life. Yeah, and sure, he's good at his job. I'll give him props on that. Good for you. But he's never invested money. His bullshit reasoning for never investing is he thinks it's unethical or something. It's like, no, you're just an idiot. No, so I have nothing but no, I am just mad at him. I'm mad at him because, the thought process behind me potentially moving back in with him originally was so that way I didn't have to pay $675 in rent, that I would be able to take the $675 that I would normally pay in rent and actually just put it down towards investments. So yeah, I'm fucking pissed, man. Yeah, here's the thing though, Bob, as much as I want to get along with him, but we are so fucking different as people. He's a narcissist. I'm not. I mean, maybe I'm a little narcissistic, but at least I have the ability to admit that I'm a bit of a narcissist. He doesn't have the self-awareness to even call himself out as potentially being a narcissist. Because my dad doesn't have the ability to think 15 fucking minutes past his own abilities or his own self. So, is this a hate-filled rant? Yes, it is. Because me and my dad have always butted heads. It's because he tries to control me. Even when I lived with him as a kid, I honestly hated living with him. I knew I kind of had to because it's like, well, shit, it's either that or I'm on the streets. So I kind of had to adhere to his stupid rules. But now that I'm older and, I could save $675 a month in rent by moving in with him. But you know what? I would rather just pay the $675 in rent because, to be honest, living with him would be a nightmare. He would have too many fucking rules. That would be ridiculous, by the way. Rules that don't even make sense. My dad likes rules because he likes to control people. People who implement tons of rules really just want to control you. So honestly, I respect my freedom more than anything. So oh yeah, well, here's the thing, well, I thought it would be an easy process. I thought I'd be able to live with him for a bit, rack up on assets, and then when I rack up those assets would pay me a pretty good dividend. And with that dividend, I would actually help him pay for more things like his mortgage and stuff. But to be honest, it's not a good idea. Living with him would just be a bad idea. Yeah, no, living with my dad would be a miserable situation. He and we just don't see eye to eye. Yeah, I pay $675 a month in rent, man. That's what I pay. It's pretty cheap. I don't live in a very big place though. It's not super big, but hey, what up, Ty Lord? How's it going, man? But yeah, no, I'm just pissed at my dad, dude. I'm just pissed at him because it's like, he, I, and the thing is, and I'm pissed at myself because I thought he had changed as an individual. I thought my dad had become less narcissistic. You know what I mean? Like because that was my problem with my dad all along, is I've always found him to be very narcissistic and have no backbone. And that's my problem with him. I don't like narcissists. And it sucks because my dad is a narcissist. So having to deal it sucks when your father is a narcissist though. Like, it really sucks. So, I don't know. But the way I look at it's this. I got good rent that I'm not paying that much in rent. My dad honestly thinks I'm just going to be a lazy bum and try to live with him the rest of my life. If that were the case, I wouldn't invest. The only reason I would be living with him for a certain amount of time is to rack up on more assets that pay me dividends. So that way I can have growing dividends that would appreciate over time to pay any rents that I would have to pay as rent growth goes up. So the way I look at it is this. I think I'm luckily I'm not financially screwed by any means. It's just I wanted to spend less money. Is really what it boiled down to. I just wanted to spend less money on rent, and it would have been a good opportunity for me to spend more time with my dad. That's kind of another reason too. I just when he started telling me over the phone all these rules that he was going to implement, I was like, "We got a couple ground rules." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, I stay out of your way, you stay out of my way. That should be the only rules. You know what I mean? Don't interfere with my process. I won't interfere with your process. And that's the problem when you have, because I was just I was going to even help him with like paying things. It's not like I wouldn't have any money. And yeah, I mean, you could say that I was begging to live with my dad rent free, but I chose not to. I'm not going to. I think it's a bad idea. I may consider it at some point, but it's not a good idea. I mean, if I'm desperate, sure, I'll do it, but I'm not. Like, that's the crazy part, is I'm not. And I just wanted to save some money on rent because I was kind of inspired. So my brother's girlfriend lives with her parents. Granted, she makes $100,000 a year, but she's able to invest all that money, most of that money. The thing is, my dad was saying, "Well, you can't do that because you don't actually make $100,000 a year." It's like, who the fuck cares if I don't? If I don't make $100,000 a year, who the fuck cares? The goal is I'm going to make some money, invest the money, and blah blah blah. Yeah, no, I'd rather just stay where I'm at, man. I really honestly thought, and I was thinking to myself, well, my dad's getting older, and I may not have that much time with him, considering my mom recently passed away. And I thought, you know what? I don't know if I want to spend that much time with my dad. To be honest, I don't know if it's worth it. I really don't think it's worth it because he's just such a narcissist, and like he's an insufferable person to be around because like he wants to tell you how to think, he wants to tell you what to do. He he gets sometimes kind of pissed at me because, well, one, I think Trump's the man, and whatever. And the only reason I'm double down on saying that Trump's the man is not because I love Trump. I just love to piss off my dad because he's an intellectual pussy. And he doesn't have the ability to realize that people don't always think the way he does, and people don't idolize all the same people. I may idolize Trump, but I don't expect him to idolize Trump. You know what I mean? I don't expect him to. I don't force him to. I don't tell him he's an idiot for not idolizing Trump. I just like Trump. I think he's the man. But yeah, my dad's a toxic boomer. I agree with that. I agree. Yeah, my dad's always been narcissistic, man. It's one of the reasons why he can't hold down any relationships. One of the main reasons he had so much trouble holding down a job when he was back in the day, because I never knew if my dad was going to be able to hold down a job half the time. Um, was because he honestly wasn't really all that nice to people. One of the things I hate is going through a drive-through line with him because I hate the way he talks to like the fast food workers. I feel like he talks to them as if he's above them or something. It's really fucking weird. But yeah, no, it's just hard for me to have respect for my dad when he's not a very respectable person. And he's just always been he's one of those guys that goes back on his word quite a bit. He just goes back on his word. He doesn't live and let live. You know, I wanted to move back in because yeah, it would save me money. I'm going to be fully transparent with you guys. I wanted to like for a few months just not pay $675 rent, throw that all into some BDCs or some fucking REITs or something, and that's it. That's the thing, and he has the space available. It's not like he's living in some dinky place. He's living in an okay place. So I realize it's better not to move in with him though. It's just because it's like I'm not struggling as much as he would think I'm struggling, which is hilarious. He thinks that I'm an incompetent person. And the worst part is it sucks. This is the funny thing about incompetent people is that my dad's actually not that competent. He's competent at his job, but every other facet of life, he's an incompetent person. And so it's such a fucking struggle to deal with him. And I'm bitching about it right now to you guys because, to be honest, I need to get it off my chest. I got to complain about it, man. I got to get this shit off my chest. And like I said, I was like, dude, I don't think I could live with this guy. This guy is just an impossible person to live with. Don't implement rules on somebody who doesn't like rules. I'm not like, the funny thing is, it's not like I don't clean my place. I mean, sure, it gets a little cluttered, but that's just because I have to clean up my desk a little bit, And yeah, he's projecting onto me, absolutely. And the thing is, my dad's a very insecure person. I think he's got little man syndrome. I really do. He's a lot shorter than I am. One thing he said to me that was kind of concerning at the beginning of the call when I was talking to him is he thought that if I wasn't making a lot of money, that I would start blaming him and then start being violent towards him. And that's kind of when I started to realize that I shouldn't move in with my dad. Not because he was correct, but because of how incorrect he absolutely was. First off, I'd be blaming myself if I was shitty on income. That's my fault. Two, because I actually do take accountability for my shit in life. Two, honestly, he is right about one thing. That statement made me want to get violent towards him. That statement alone made me want to get violent towards him because he's a giant
Hi,
fucking
boomers
pussy.
think differently. It's just a boomer thing.
So Mandy's saying, hi, boomers think differently. It's just a boomer thing. They are the most out of touch generation of all time. I'm going to put that as a thing here. Hold on. But yeah, no, it's just, thank you so much, Mandy, for that. I'm going to try to see if I can highlight that super chat real quick. I don't think it's really letting me. It's not letting me highlight it. Oh, it's okay. But everybody just give Mandy a shout out. I really appreciate it. But no, the thing is, the problem is boomer lines of thinking is just so fucking warped. They're an out of touch generation. Nate Dogg says, damn, did I call it or what? Yeah, I dodged a bullet, man. I fucking dodged a bullet. And I really do love my dad. It sounds, by the sound of this, it sounds like I hate him. I really don't. I didn't realize he would try to implement all of these fucking rules, right? Like, why would you put rules on somebody who is actually succeeding in life, right? The only rules that I need to place on me is my own rules, right? There's already enough rules in life. Why do you need a million rules at home? So he was basically thinking that I would get violent towards him if I didn't make enough money. I was like, that is the dumbest fucking thing I ever heard. Can't you just tell me you don't want me to move in? My dad is such a pussy. He never directly confronts anything. And at one point during the call, he basically told me to call my brother because we're all in this together. Okay, no, we're not. It's you and me right now talking, right? It's like it's you and fucking me talking. Brandon has nothing to do with this negotiation, dude. You're just trying to get me off the fucking phone, you fucking pussy. So it's like, I don't know, like living with him is not worth it. I really, I thought saving $675 a month would be worth it. No, I'd rather pay $675 in rent because, to be honest, living with him too long, I'd probably have to see a fucking shrink, and fuck that. I honestly am a happier, I will say this, me living on my own and not having to deal with that narcissistic prick is probably why I'm a successful adult. I am a successful adult because I don't have to deal with him. Like, seriously, it's a huge thing. Not having to deal with him is a big deal. So, yeah, Nathan, you called it. You called it, man. Dot Focus is asking, how's Brandon doing? He's doing okay, man. Tiny Lion Gaming is saying, have you ever gotten violent with your dad? Why would he even say that? I mean, it's not the craziest accusation in the world for the violence part, because back in the day, I did sock him in the face when I was like 22 years old or something like that. I think that's how old I was. But yeah, I socked him in the fucking jaw. I felt bad about it at first, but then I realized as I got older, I was like, I don't think I feel bad about it, because my dad is a narcissistic prick. And he's made me, honestly, he's belittled me a lot in my life. It's really fucking annoying. Like, he's never been supportive. He always says, I've always been proud of you. It's like, you never say it though. You never say that you're proud of me, dude. One thing he's always done, it would really pisses me off, is he's always talked about how everything could go wrong, but he never talks about how anything can go right. He is the most pessimistic person I've ever met. And honestly, I think living with him would actually probably do me more financial harm than good. I mean, the price I would pay living with him would actually be higher than the price I would pay in rent living here. And I'm fine with living here at this point, because it's like, I don't think I could handle. I actually, it's not that I just don't think, I really know that I couldn't handle living with him. That would just be a nightmare, dude. Dot Focus says, we're proud of you guys. Thank you, Mr. Dot Focus. I appreciate it. And I hope my dad unsubscribes to my channel, because he's, when I told him, I remember when I told him that I got 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. The first thing he didn't even congratulate me. I was like, dude, I did it. I got 1,000 subscribers. The first thing he did was basically say, well, it's not 1 million. There are YouTubers out there that have 1 million. And I was like, Nate Dogg says, I know you love your dad and I think he's a great guy, but you guys butt heads too much when you spend extended time together. Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. The problem is we're two different individuals, but he's an individual that likes to control me. And I don't like to be controlled. The difference between me and my dad is he likes to control others. I don't like to control anybody. And I don't like to be controlled. So I'm especially tough to deal with when you're trying to control me. My dad and this is the problem, he was saying, my house, my rules. It's like, if I'm paying you, why the fuck should you care? If I'm paying you money to live there, I'd be paying him money. It's not like I would just be sitting around bumming. I'd be paying for electricity and fucking water. But he acts like I'd just be a bum who would never move out. Granted, would I be living there a few years? Probably like 2 or 3. Granted. It's because I want to get my fucking financial life even more correct. And there's nothing wrong with trying to get your financial life correct, It's like if you have parents who have an extra room for you, and it's like, it's not like I don't have income. He acts like I just don't have any income, and it's like, and granted, I'm only making about $900 up to $1,000 per month. It's not a lot. That's just through YouTube and swing trading. I didn't tell him how much I was making through DoorDash. Because it's like, but no, I think the thing is, it's like, and I don't do DoorDash that often because I don't always need to. When I'm doing live streams, I make a lot of money. And I wasn't doing any live streams in July because, for fuck's sakes, I'm still mourning the death of my mom. So I didn't make a lot last month in money because I didn't do a lot of live streaming because I've been very I don't know. Ty Lord says he got some good news. What's the good news, man? I am not licensed to give financial advice. I don't give financial advice. I just give and I do this all for entertainment and educational purposes only. I say I have that in every description of my videos, by the way. So if you're going to try to call me out on that, I got that in every description. So read the descriptions. Thank you, King Yeti. Appreciate the gifts, man. Thank you. Oh, you're now an affiliate on Twitch, so you actually have Oh, dude, that's pretty pimp. What do you mean by affiliate on Twitch? Does that mean that you get paid to do live streaming like I do on YouTube? Hey, thank you, King Yeti. I appreciate the gifts, man. Thank you, brother. But dude, that's freaking awesome, man. Holy shit. But no, I really do love doing the show. Like I said, my dad's short-sightedness really is a frustrating thing to deal with, and it's always been frustrating to deal with. He's just always been short-sighted, man. And it's just, he doesn't have the ability to see 15 minutes past himself, and it's extremely frustrating. And it sucks because he's never been financially intelligent. You know, as a kid, I always wondered if he was going to get fired from his job, because he did. It would happen because he couldn't work with people. You know, he was always a dick to people, and he just couldn't stop being a fucking prick to everybody. And so, yeah, my whole life, I was always concerned about everything financially. I felt very financially insecure as a kid. And one of the reasons why I decided to be such a big fan of investing was because it's like, oh, so if I have assets that are constantly giving me cash flow, I never have to worry if I lose my job. Good. I won't have to rely on the government to give me Social Security by 67, which I probably won't even reach. Yeah. So, hey, I'm proud of you, Mr. Ty Lord. I'm proud of you, man, for reaching that goal, brother. Everybody give a shout out to my boy Ty Lord, man, for his Twitch success. That's fucking tight, dude. That's fucking tight. Okay, I'm going to drink some water real quick. Jeez, I'm sorry to hear that, Maxwell. It's fucking terrible, man. But yeah, I'm just pissed off at my dad. It's just, you know, I don't say that you want me to live with you. Or sorry, don't tell me that it's okay for me to live with you. And then all of a sudden start putting out all these ridiculous stipulations that I have to work a traditional job that's 20 hours a week, when in all reality, it's like, don't tell me what to fucking do. If I'm actually giving you money, that's all you need to know. That's it. How I get my money is of no relevance to my dad. How I get my money is no relevance to this man. But he's like, it's my house, my rule. It's like, okay, well, when those people were renting from you, did you ask them what jobs they did? Did you care how they got their income? You probably didn't, because they just fucking paid you, dude. Ugh. Anyway, I love you, Dad. You're a fucking moron, but I love you anyway. You're just stupid. My dad is a moron, though. I love him, but he's fucking stupid. Living with him would be a nightmare. And to be honest, when narcissists get older, they tend to become even more worse than they were before. So, yeah, well, guess what? I make just as much money. I mean, I still work more than 40 hours. It's just I'm doing YouTube, I'm doing silver swing trading, and yes, I do a little bit of delivery driving here and there. But I make good money on YouTube. That's the craziest part about this. I don't understand why I would need to work bare minimum 20 hours a week when I am making just enough money for at least 30 to 40 hours a week. It just doesn't make any sense to me, man. Oh yeah, I'd miss him. I don't want him to die or anything. Quality Learning Center, Larson Christopher, my man. But, you know, my dad and I have always butted heads. And it's honestly funny because he's wrong about so many things in his life. He does all the wrong things, and every time he does the wrong shit, he comes up with another lousy excuse for why he can never succeed. It's because he does all the wrong shit. He never does anything to put himself in the position to be a successful person. Yes, and I do want to retire. Like, I want to retire early. I'm eating it's a little mini pizza, mini breakfast pizza. Hell, if I was to live stream for 8 hours a day, every day for most days this month, I'd not only be able to pay my rent, but more than anything, that's why I do the live streams, because I actually pay decently. Oh, don't worry. I mean, I would still do this show. When I say retire early, I don't mean stop doing the show. I'm saying this. When I say retire, I mean financially retire, to the point where finances don't really matter to me. And then I could do my show like this, not for the money, but for the love of the game. You know what I mean? So pizza's not for breakfast, dude. I've ate pizza for breakfast for years, and I turned out pretty fucked up. But no, but no, I think it's so tough because I struggle to get along with my dad. I really do. it's been one of those it's been one of the toughest things for me, even as an adult, to be able to get along with him because he if you disagree with him on anything, he thinks that you're being mean to him and trying to argue with him. And I'm saying, no, I disagree with you because I fundamentally think you're wrong. I fundamentally think you're incorrect. And here's why I think you're incorrect. And then I get pissed because he keeps accusing me of being argumentative. It's like, well, okay, fine. I guess I am argumentative because I don't agree with you. And when I don't agree with you, I'm not going to simply say, you're right, Dad, even though you're fucking wrong. It's like, that's the whole point of arguing is when two people can't agree with each other, you just argue. And when I say argue, I don't mean everybody thinks of violent domestic violence shit. I'm talking about when you argue like an adult, because adults argue. If you're not an adult, see, I think that people who can't handle disagreement are not adults. If you can't argue with somebody, you're not an adult. I have the ability to argue with people. That's why I'm an adult. I am sadly more of an adult than my own father. And he's fucking almost 67. Anyway, I love my dad, but he is a moron. And he's a narcissistic person. I don't plan on living with him. Like, that was a bad idea for me to even think that was a good idea. I think I'm fine not living with him. Yep, a narcissist can't be wrong. Exactly. My dad is the crazy thing about my dad is I've never actually heard him say that he's wrong in his life. And he's been wrong about a lot of shit. Every time I've, like, for instance, asked him, why don't you have like a brokerage account or a 401k or an IRA or something? And he said, I was like, that's a bad idea, right? And he doesn't say it's a bad idea. He just makes up some bullshit excuse for why he never did it. No, I refuse. Like, if my dad was about ready to lose his home, then sure, I would let him live with me. But I would tell him, man, that I just don't interfere with me. Don't interfere with my life. I wouldn't put any rules on him either. I wouldn't put a single rule on him. The only thing I would say is just don't touch my shit. That's all. Don't touch my computers. This shit, I do my shit on these things. My dad's almost retired. He's getting close to retirement, but yeah, he's just a narcissistic douchebag, and he's a boomer. What's worse is he's a boomer. My dad's a boomer and he's a narcissist. So that's two terrible, terrible combinations. You don't want that, man. But anyway, love you, Dad. You're just a moron. I'm tired of talking about my dad, though. The more I talk about him, the more angry I get. It's just very tough for me to talk to him because he can never be wrong. And I say that sarcastically because he has made so many stupid mistakes in his life. The reason he can't keep a woman in his life is because he's he's just a tough person to tolerate. And yeah. All right, let's see what we're looking at. Oh, the Island Boys, dude, on Matan. Okay, we might have to watch that, dude, because the Island Boys are an example of woke. And we need to see how woke they get. 'Cause I'm an island boy, and I'm just trying to make it. But anyway, yeah. But yeah, when I say my dad is stupid, though, he is a dumb person. He's just too dumb to understand basic economics. He's too dumb to understand that I make all my money doing all this shit. If I'm making money, I'm making money, man. I don't know why it's a problem. Yeah, my dad never wanted me to succeed. See, the thing is, my dad doesn't want me to succeed. He wants me to be like everybody else. And that's a problem. I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to be successful, and nobody's successful. Everybody's in debt, and everybody's a sad, depressed fucking person on Xanax. I don't want that life for myself. My dad does, because my dad is sadly a prick. And the more I think about him, the more I do partially hate him.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. For today's guest, we have the Island Boys. Welcome in.
All right, we're watching a little Matan. Yeah, I'm excited, dude. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Matan, dude, I'm curious to see how long it takes for the Island Boys to just get out of there.
Thanks for coming.
What's up, dog?
For today's co-host, we have Viral Berg.
Well, whoever the fuck that is. What's his background? What's his description?
He's the co-host for today.
Does he even talk? Dude, sit your ass down, bro. His hat fell off.
Pick his hat up, yeah. Thank you. What's his name? Red?
It's amazing, dude.
Yeah, what's
I
your
love
BMI
Matan.
anyways?
Wait, is that a Walter White mask? Is he wearing I think he's wearing a Walter White mask. Oh my god, I love it.
Can you introduce yourself to anybody who might not know you and all that one?
Dude, I got two creepy fucking right beside me. What the fuck is going on, bro?
No, but introduce yourself. Pull the mic close to your mouth and then...
Who, me?
Yeah, for anybody who might not know you. Give a little introduction.
I'm the Island Boy. One half of it, I'm Fly Soldier. I don't know who the fuck this is. And
Isn't that your brother?
no, the fuck he's not.
Dude, this is gonna be, dude, I'm already enjoying this, dude. I'm an island boy, and I'm just trying to make it. I'm an island boy.
My
No.
brother actually has a muscle definition. This guy is pasty as fuck. You don't even got the right fucking tattoos. You got fake ass diamonds in your mouth.
No, those shit's real, man.
They're not fucking real. Where'd you go? Yeah, see, my brother would have
This is amazing, dude.
talked. He would have talked by now.
All right, well,
Whatever. Move on.
Okay. Would it be a good idea to staple your ear to your head in case somebody tries to steal it?
Steal what?
Your ear.
You dumb bitch. Why would I staple my fucking... Why? No.
Dude, this is... Oh my God, I'm excited for this, dude. The Island Boys are... Dude, it's just like that scene in John Wick when he's saying, everybody's been asking if I'm back. Well, I'm fucking back, dude. The Island Boys are back.
Do you have like a curse word in between every other word? You seem to curse a lot.
Okay.
Is your vocabulary
Okay.
that small?
Okay, are we PG-13? Okay, I got you.
So you can curse, but
Just shut up.
it
Don't tell me what
becomes
to do.
useless if you do it too
punk.
much.
You're a punk.
Okay.
Okay. No, I would not stay with my ear.
Dude, it's already like 1 minute and 57 seconds in. And the fucking Island Boy is getting pissed. All right? The Island Boy's pissed. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens.
But why not? Then you'll make sure that nobody can steal it.
Because, dude, your ear's attached to your head. Why would, like...
Yeah, because you stapled it. Otherwise, somebody can take it from you.
Genetically, when you're out of the fucking womb in the belly, your ear is attached already to your
But
fucking
it's only
head.
attached by a little piece here. It's much easier to take your
Okay.
ear than it is to take your
Then
torso.
I'm gonna find a doctor to stay with my fucking ear.
You're like you speak like Dylan Latham, but he's probably joking. You're just have a brain damage.
A brain damage? I know you're not talking with that heavy ass accent.
Well, that would be an accent, not brain damage.
Hey, I can eat in this shit or what?
You can eat this shit? You want to eat
No,
shit?
can I eat? Can I eat my
Can
sub?
You,
That shit was
can you
good.
eat your microphone?
No, my sub. My sub.
Oh, your sandwich?
What money?
Where's the money?
What money?
All right, well, let's continue. Pursuant to Florida statutes,
I still don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm enjoying this, man. Exactly, Tylord, exactly.
Section 826.04, kissing your brother would warrant criminal charges. Why haven't the Florida authorities taken this seriously and seized you and your boyfriend? I mean, your brother. I mean,
Wait.
your brother who's also your boyfriend.
My brother's not my boyfriend, you fuckface. And go back and you said what's illegal?
Pursuant to Florida statute section 826.04, kissing your brother would warrant criminal charges. Why haven't the Florida authorities taken this
Because
seriously?
it's not a sexual act and my religion is Muslim.
Your religion is Muslim?
Yeah, you little bitch.
What does that have to do with kissing your brother? I don't think that's something Muslims do. Is that an insult
Are
towards
you
Muslims?
sure
or-
that Muslims don't kiss their brothers? Search it up right now.
Do Muslims kiss their brothers?
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, they probably do. I wouldn't be surprised. God, this is going off the rails so quickly.
I'm pretty sure. I am actually
Do your fucking research.
There might be like an inbred Muslim family, the same as everything
Just
else.
shut your mouth and
Dude, Matan is fucking cooking, dude. Matan is cooking. He's cooking long and he's cooking hard.
be educated.
What an interesting grift to claim you're Muslim
What?
so you can kiss your brother. If by the
you
way,
want to get punched?
you're gonna, I'm not scared that you're gonna punch me, but hold on.
Dude, I will make your face on that wall right now. Hold on, watch this.
You're like a bird who's territorial.
This is so great, dude. This is amazing, dude. Amazing.
Over shit that doesn't exist.
Do you want to make a bet that I won't punch you right now?
A bet that you will punch me?
That I won't punch you.
I don't think you're gonna punch me. No.
All right, go on.
Do you think that if you claim something's your religion, it lets you get away with anything? Like, do you think if you said that you're some sort of
but you're forgetting
pescatarian,
when I said that
you would be
kissing is not
allowed to have
sexual
sex with the fish? I don't really, or do you not understand how it works?
Do you not understand that AI is a thing now?
No, but it wasn't AI.
How do you know? How do you know if it's not an AI? Shut your mouth and move on for the next question, because you're
You're
gonna
saying
make
that
it
you didn't kiss your brother.
bad. I said it could be AI.
Okay, it could be AI. Is it AI?
That
I'm
would be
asking
a
you.
dumb-
You would know for sure, right?
That would be a dumb case.
What's a dumb case?
The fucking charge, the felony or whatever, if it was a charge.
Why? Because you'd say it might be AI. Do you think that's how that works in court?
Or yes.
You think if you were in court for something and you said it might be AI, that would spare you of charges?
Have you ever caught a charge before?
Briefly.
Say my name.
Fuck you.
Dude, this is insane. The Island Boy interview is even more of a disaster than I anticipated, and I am all for it.
How do you eat with that bullshit in your mouth? Those fake reels you have.
Boy, you ugly fucking black.
What does it have to
mop?
black?
That looks like I put on my not a mop, a fucking
Black.
a broom. Like I put
Pretty
it in
good
the
insult.
dirt.
I'm an Island Boy, dude. I'm on Team Island Boy, dude.
He look a swamp head face ass bitch, little punk. He has fake diamonds. I have permanent diamonds. Got a look. They eat fine.
Where's the money?
In your fucking mom's whatever the fuck she looks like.
Very clever. That was a good one.
This is great. Oh my fucking god, dude. This is great. I mean, dude, this is prime time, dude. Prime freaking time.
How excited would you be if you packed Team of the Year Ronaldo on FIFA 15?
I wouldn't give two fucks, gangster.
You, what?
Yeah.
Now rare that card is. You know how expensive that card is. That was before.
How expensive is it?
I mean, when it came out, it's probably you could sell it and then sell the coins for thousands of dollars.
Bro, get the fuck out of here, bro.
I mean, you can pretend like that doesn't matter to you, but obviously thousands of dollars is like billions of dollars to you compared to the average person because you're probably in debt millions of dollars.
Sure.
The problem is you seem like somebody who wouldn't know how to do like the take advantage of the bankruptcy laws.
I actually would.
You would?
I play dumb.
You play dumb?
Yeah.
You're actually a smart guy.
I would.
Can you tell us something
Alright.
smart?
I mean, what can I tell you that's smart?
You're saying you play dumb. That
I feel
implies
like smart,
that you're not
I feel
actually
like,
dumb.
I feel like intelligence. I would like to say I'm more intellectual, or logical, instead of being emotional.
Right. That's a smart thing.
Thank you.
When you ask a guy to say something smart and
Yes,
they
sir.
say, I'm more intellectual than emotional, I'm logical, you know
intellectual.
for a fact that they're a fucking idiot.
That's so funny, dude. That is the funniest thing in the world because it's like, if you're an intelligent person, you're also logical. You know, they usually go hand in hand. Traditionally, I don't think I'm an intelligent person. I think I got a few screws loose in my head, admittedly. But Tim Smith says, does the one on the left have the coronavirus on his head? Oh my god. Oh my god, I think it is. I think that's the oh my god, that's hilarious. The representation of the coronavirus. Too good, dude. Too fucking good. Let's keep going.
Intellectual.
You're an intellectual.
Well, that's your opinion. That's something that you came up in your head.
It depends what metric. It might be objective.
Why use keyword metric? What are you saying?
Do you know what metric means?
I
It was
said
applicable
no, that's
to
not
what
what
I
I'm saying.
said.
I'm asking why would you have
I mean, this is fantastic, dude. This is amazing. Amazing. Tim Smith says he might buy an AI subscription just to create Palm Beach Pete singing the Island Boy song. Dude. Holy, that's AI slop I can get behind. Tim Smith, that is AI slop I could completely get behind.
to add the keyword metric?
The key, why would, to determine if you're smart, whether it be an opinion or a fact, determines on the metric.
How would you determine someone's smart just because someone said they're intellectual?
If the metric is IQ and you take an IQ test,
it's opinionated.
not necessarily.
It's an opinion.
It depends what metric
It's an
you're
opinion,
using.
sir.
You kind of are right, but it depends what metric you're using. If you're just talking in general, and now you're saying that the metric is also subjective, which it is, but that's obviously not what you're saying.
Correct, but
then yes, it's an opinion.
There's no way to test this.
Test
to see
what?
the results of if I'm intellectual or intelligent or smart.
I could probably know that you're an idiot because if I gave you food, you'd probably get very defensive about it, right?
No,
You just told us over there, you said, no motherfucker touch my food before we started.
but I could also have been acting.
But you're not, so you're equivalent to some sort of bird.
I mean, I do think the Island Boys are peacocking. For the fact of the matter is, I just think they probably got little man syndrome. And somehow they're pretty insecure. I mean, they seem like pretty scrawny dudes. You know, I kind of feel bad for them to some degree, but at the same time, they're also really, you know, they're a victim of their own success. But I don't know. You give these guys money or you don't, and they're just going to find ways to be broke. I mean, people like this exist all the time. I mean, that's just the way it is, man. Double tap the screen to like the stream if you can. It really does help the channel grow in more ways than one. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put this as a pinned comment. This is a pin. Put a pin in it. Oh, yeah. Make sure that you guys double tap your screen to like the stream. Let's go.
I know adjectives. Purple, big, small, large. Fuck.
He knows adjectives. Do you know what adjectives can you name?
I'm gonna fuck your bitch tonight. Yeah, stick it up her, not her.
I don't. Yeah, that's not adjectives, but okay. That's fine.
Shit, fuck my bad.
It's okay.
Fuck.
When you and your brother recently went through a divorce, did you hire a lawyer to divide the small crumbs you still had left?
The clerks of services in the state of Florida.
The collection services?
You see, he's not smart. You get what I'm saying?
I didn't hear what you said.
In the state of Florida, to case searches, right? Whether it's domestic or whether it's marriages or divorces, there's no clerk of services with the name of Alex Venegas, which is my first name, versus Frank Venegas, petitioner, whoever the petitioner is, that we ever was legally married in the state of Florida.
You're saying that you were never legally married to your brother? Of course not. You can't legally marry your blood biological brother.
So then why you say something about divorcing?
Because you can still hire a lawyer. Like if you guys had a shared bank account, which is something you can do.
We never had.
Well, how would I know that?
Because you.
That's why I'm asking.
So
if
then
you
why
had to
you
get a
asking
lawyer?
then?
Because I'm curious how the situation went. You had a lawyer.
So
the lawyer's like,
okay,
this brother
so in your notes,
gets
you
the
just
fake
made up
gold,
that we were,
and this one gets the $2,000 he has left in cash.
Ma'am. So in your notes before we did this podcast, shut your fucking thing up,
It's an Amber Alert.
pussy.
A kid was stolen on the freeway.
Back up, fucker. Listen, what I'm saying is that you just made up in your notes was like, this is a good one, buddy. I just.
Say my name. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, I'm getting real hot in here, but what I'm saying is, you thought that was a good one to say divorce.
I mean, I meant it more metaphorically. I didn't mean legally.
Metaphorically,
Yeah.
there wasn't no divorce, sir. It's almost like a brother.
Do you know what a metaphor is?
Yes. Is this a quiz or a test?
If you're saying the question doesn't make sense, and then I'm explaining why it makes sense, and you don't.
So are you
understand
trying to look smart in this podcast?
Not at all. I'm
Like-
a complete fool.
Well, you're a 19-year-old fucking
Pervert.
a 19-year-old bitch, but
What the dude, this is the most I'm not gonna lie, dude, this is the most entertaining yet confusing not music video interview that I've ever watched. Like, I am just sitting here dumbfounded. I don't know what to think. I don't really know what to say. I don't know what to say. This is beyond anything that I don't know anymore, man. I don't even know.
but other than that,
That's a better word than I use. All right, well, whatever. We'll move on. I'll show you how smart I am. This is a good one.
Oh no, I don't want to go there.
Despite the U.S. government spending over $200 billion per year on scientific research and discovery, there has been no new information about how to grow a foot out of your head. Should we reduce funding?
No,
Why?
because we don't care about that.
We're spending $200 billion a year.
It is kind of like a Mad TV episode. Absolutely, dude. That's kind of how I feel about Matan's show. It always feels like it kind of has a bit it feels like it's a little inspired also by Eric Andre from Adult Swim, the Eric Andre show. That's what it kind of feels like. I like that. Very true. Very true.
And there's been no new information. At some point, you gotta.
Reduce funding?
Yeah.
Yes.
To what? Completely cut it, reduce it, or what? What do you think?
Try to reduce it first, and then cut. And if it doesn't work, cut it.
Okay, hypothetically, you're in a position to decide what happens to the funding.
Okay.
I would completely reduce it, because that is a high number, and
You would reduce it to what?
What was the number that they're that
Currently $200 billion a
That's
year.
insane.
Oh, you guys, don't forget to double tap the screen to like the stream if you haven't already. We're trying to get to 100 likes in probably like a couple minutes. So the more likes we get, the better. It does help push us out on YouTube even further. The more eyeballs we get on the show, the better. You know me, I always appreciate the more viewers. It just makes me happy. So don't forget to double tap your screen to like the stream. Let's keep going.
So I would reduce it probably maybe in the millions. And I
You
would
reduce it by a couple million or
no,
to a couple
Oh, actually,
million?
no, my bad. How is 200 billion?
Yeah.
No, we would have to do 5 billion. And if that doesn't
Reduce
work,
it by 5 billion or make it 5 billion?
make it 5 billion.
And do you think the reason they haven't discovered how to grow a foot out of your head is because they're wasting resources and they're not putting the money to a good use, or all of that money is going to serious stuff and not how to grow a foot out of your head?
All above.
That actually is the best answer you could have given. Give me a fist bump for that.
That's not bad, dude. Not bad, dude. The island boy is thinking a little bit high IQ now. He's awoken. My island boy brethren, you have awoken. Hell yeah. Give me one moment, my brony brothers. We are the world. We are the children. We are the world. We are the children. Okay, let's keep going.
That was.
Tyler, where's the money?
We've been trying to find the money, dude. We don't know where it's at.
I think he's threatening to punch me now too.
Who's threatening to punch you?
Your brother.
It's not my fucking brother.
Oh my god, I love it, dude. But yeah, Mike, this Mike is the island boy brother.
Hey, I told you about this. Stop.
Talking to me or talking to him?
Him.
What would you choose as
What's your fucking problem? You didn't take your meds today?
What would you choose as your final meal if it had to be a tuna sandwich?
What? If my final meal was a tuna sandwich?
What would you choose as your final meal? Let's say you're on death row. They give some prisoners a final meal.
Yep.
What would you choose if it had to be a tuna sandwich?
Well, you're not giving me options. So
I'm asking what you would choose.
I would choose a tuna sandwich because it's either that or nothing.
The tuna sandwich?
Yes, sir.
But why?
I'm the one who knows.
Mm-hmm.
You know him from that show? It's one of the most critically acclaimed shows of all time.
Walter White, baby. Walter freaking White, dude. I love me some Mike though, dude. Some good shit.
Say my name.
Do you want attention?
Tyler, where's the money?
Yeah, he doesn't get no attention at home.
Do you think it would be a good idea to have the inside of your head fumigated?
Fuck no, dude.
Why?
Because why would anyone want to feel like that?
What? Okay, maybe you're
what for? You asked me a question.
I think you're
didn't answer
misunderstanding
you.
what I'm
Fuck.
asking you. What do you think fumigated is?
Fumigated is something that comes out of your when you fart.
No, fumigated is when somebody goes and tries to kill the bugs.
So why would you
somebody's
want
house.
that in your head?
I'm saying we need to fumigate the inside of your head because there's probably a bunch of bugs in there.
Why would a bug be inside my head?
You tell me. I mean, I'm just basing it off the way you're behaving. You look like somebody whose head is being infested with worms and shit that's eating your brain.
Damn, you know what? You should be a doctor because you have X-ray vision. Fuck.
Oh my god. This interview sucks. I mean, Maton's doing a great job. The island boy is just so fucking lame. These island boy guys, they try to act all like tough, but they're all a bunch of pussies. These island boy guys are total pussies. And it's all there is to it, brother. Also, don't forget to double tap your screen to like the stream. It does help the channel grow, and it helps me feel very sexy.
Which is just a guess, but I appreciate the compliment.
Oh, it was a guess.
A lot of people
Well,
told me I should be a lawyer.
No, honestly, I thought you had a tatted on your head because you look like a but honestly, you just are.
What happened to Walter Flooring?
I don't know. That's what I was more worried about. Dude, what's your issue? Seriously. Oh, I'm not gonna do it with this laugh. Oh, hell nah.
Would it be appropriate to say you're a woman at heart?
Maybe.
I meant that because you make out with men, you kind of act real feminine.
He does act a little femmy. I'm not gonna lie. The Island Boy guys, I think that they are, Music Man. I'm even concerned about what I'm watching here. But we're powering through this, dude. We're powering through this. It's one of those things that you see it and you can't help but click it, and you just have to watch it. It's a level of slop TV that, it's the Island Boys, man. It's the Island Boys.
Bro, what you doing, bro? Honestly, I'll knock your ass out. But move on.
What the fuck? What the fuck is happening? I love this, dude. I love this so much. I do like the shock value, though. Gus Krazios and Music Man. Trainwreck, can't look away. Yes. I can't look away, dude. I can't. I feel like I am obligated to watch this.
You said your long-term goal was to create a widely successful MCN like Machinima, but your plans changed after their parent company, Warner Media, was acquired by AT&T in 2018, which ultimately led to their shutdown in early 2019.
I never said that.
Is this still something you could see yourself pursuing in the future?
Hold on. Sir, I'm trying to pay attention to the questions. You're distracting me.
Yeah, what's the answer?
No, I never said that.
You did say that.
No, I did not.
You said it a couple of years ago, back in like what? I think you said that in 2014.
2014, you was a fucking shithole. You don't remember anything.
I was a shithole, yeah. I was a shithole. That's actually a very interesting insult.
I don't care about that insult. I'm saying in 2014, that was never said.
You did say that. How old are you now? 25, right?
Honestly, I think I was a juvenile detention center around 2014.
Yeah, that makes sense. You had big...
I mean, dude, this guy definitely, I will say the Island Boys definitely got some mental problems. They're a bunch of F boys, and hey, I want to thank the Music Man for gifting a happy poop yum yum. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, my brony bro.
Plans. You wanted to create a big MCN.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
No.
Why are you denying it? It's not an embarrassing thing. It's actually pretty admirable.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Now he's complimenting him on purpose, which is hilarious. Larson Christopher says, Garza, have you seen the Rebel News piece on the Canadian Amish farmers? Look it up. I haven't, but we'll see if we can get to that here in a bit. They were on Epstein Island, dude. That's crazy. Tiny Line Gaming says, Lol Matan pays this guy. Insult him nonstop. I love it, dude.
Yeah.
Stop. It was never said. Move on.
You don't want to have a big MCN like Machinima was? They were acquired for $100 million.
Dude. I was never interested in that. Never.
Why?
Never.
Would you be interested in it?
No.
This might be this is the greatest Matan interview. Well, this is the lamest, but it's bad. It sucks. Mainly because the Island Boy sucks, but honestly, for overall entertainment value, it's like watching an episode of Jerry Springer. You know it's bullshit TV, but you just can't help but watch it because you love it. Oh, you love it with all your heart, man.
Oh,
You don't want $100 million?
do you? Yeah, yes, but I have no idea about that.
Okay, so basically, but when YouTube had just started,
I don't wanna know.
it was hard to monetize gaming videos. So Machinima had to partner with game companies, and then they would sign YouTubers who could monetize their gaming
Oh,
videos.
I wasn't
Yeah.
Machinima. You're right.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. So you wanted to
Smart
start your
guy.
own Machinima.
It is true. It is actually. I think it's still pretty tough to monetize game videos. Like when you're doing gameplay videos, they're a little more lenient now. But I still don't really like to do a lot of gameplay videos. I may one of these times play my PSP in front of you guys. Like I might actually like put my phone on a tripod or something like that, and then just have like, I don't know, the phone recording, not recording, but doing a live stream, you know, of me playing a video game on my PSP or something. That'd be kind of fun. But hey, let's keep going, dude.
Okay, maybe, yeah.
What do you mean maybe? It's a yes or a no?
Yes.
Oh yeah, don't forget to double tap your screen to like the stream. The more likes we get, the better. So please, for the love of Palm Beach Pete, double tap your screen to like the stream. Let's keep going. If you guys love Palm Beach Pete, if you guys love Matan, I hope you guys double tap.
Yes. I forgot about Machinima. Yeah.
Do you have your money invested into CDs or high yield bonds?
High heel bonds.
Yeah, otherwise known as junk bonds. I mean, is that working out?
That's actually pretty sad. So it's funny that he asked a finance question to this island boy. If I were to okay, so a CD versus a high yield bond. Here's my problem with bonds. I don't trust bonds that are high yields because I have a feeling that the reason that they're high yields traditionally is they're riskier. That's usually the case. And granted, I think it's good to have high yielding assets, but not bonds. My favorite high yielding investments are definitely REITs and BDCs. BDCs and REITs are absolutely 100% my favorite. And I can't help myself. Ooh, ooh. They drive me crazy. Ooh, ooh, like no one else. But yeah, so I'm a huge fan of, at the end of the day, I'm a really huge fan of like BDCs and REITs. But bonds, high yield bonds specifically, I do avoid high yield bonds a lot. I can't help it. It's just the way I operate. Are you guys excited to see that Robert Pattinson is playing as Chris Hansen in the new Chris Hansen movie, the To Catch a Predator movie? It's exciting. Yeah, gold and silver are great, though. No, here's the thing. Stocks, I'm going to tell you this, Gus Krazios. I know that you think it's all a scam. Bonds, in my opinion, the reason that bonds suck, and this is all opinion, just for educational entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. The reason I hate bonds so much is, one, that if the dollar was to ever go to zero, because it should go to zero because it's absolutely worthless, but if the dollar were to go to zero, there would be nothing protecting you. Nothing. When you own stocks, gold, silver, real estate, those are all inflation-proof assets. When you own those, you're basically, in a lot of ways, you're protecting yourself from the decay of the dollar. You're protecting yourself from inflation. I prefer real estate and stocks, though, because they could be cash-producing assets. Real estate does have to be leased out to be a cash-producing asset, so that's why I prefer REITs, because I don't have to deal with the tenants. That makes things a lot easier. But yeah, REITs and BDCs are my favorite high-yielding investments, just because as long as you're diversified in those, you're typically good. That's not financial advice, though. It's still good to be very diversified and spread out. Don't forget that. Anyway, let's keep going.
Out for you?
No, it's in bail bonds. No, I was kidding.
Oh.
Yeah.
So where's your money invested into CDs? I have some of my money invested in that. I have like
Why?
$40 in there.
$40?
Yeah. The rest of my money, I wouldn't say my money goes to viral flooring.
Hey, you smell a little bit. Fuck.
Okay, anyways, back to it. Where's your money invested?
Some of it is
Mike is making some good faces right now. Tiny Lion Gaming says it's why he buys Pokemon cards. They've outperformed stocks by honestly, in truth be told, yes, Pokemon cards have absolutely outpaced everything. Surprisingly, it's just that's the problem with collector markets, though. Pokemon cards have no intrinsic value, but the collectible markets never make sense. They don't. It's all about supply and demand. It's all about what people are obsessed with. Collection markets tend to be very, what do you call it? Perceptually driven. It means that it just depends on what's hot and what's not. At the end of the day, that's really all that matters in that sort of scenario.
is in crypto and real estate.
Oh, you have your money invested into real estate.
Yeah.
Okay. That's this is one of the, he hasn't said a lot of intelligent stuff, but I will say this though. He's invested in real estate. What kind of real estate he's invested in? No clue. Hopefully it's not like a mansion or anything, because mansions can be kind of tough to evaluate, in my opinion. Hopefully he's sticking to traditional homes or maybe commercial real estate. I have no idea. Maybe he's into real estate investment trusts. Let's hope. I will say this. The reason I prefer real estate investment trusts over owning actual real estate myself is it's too much responsibility and too much of a headache. Real estate investment trusts allow me to get exposed to all this different real estate. It makes my life so much easier.
You bought one of those big apartments and you have a bunch of tenants you're managing? No. When you say real estate, you mean those little houses at Target?
Airbnb.
You have houses that you put on Airbnb?
Yeah.
That's actually not that bad of an idea. It's not a great idea, but is that making you a lot of money?
It's passive. Yeah.
Passive? I mean, but is it making you more money than you're spending on mortgage and stuff, or how does this work for you?
No, I get more. It's profitable.
Profitable?
Yeah.
You split this money with your boyfriend?
No.
Your brother. Sorry.
No. And you say boyfriend one more time, we're gonna have a fucking issue.
Oh, dude, I hope he says boyfriend again. I want to see Matan. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see Matan and the Island Boy go at it. That's what I want to see. Straight up. That would be must-see TV. And if it happens, please happen. For the love of Palm Beach Pete, please make it so. I need to put this up a little bit. Hold on. There we go. Hold on. There we go. For the love of Palm Beach Pete.
Because you have no security here.
I'm not scared you're gonna attack me. I feel like you're one of the less intimidating people I've ever had on my show.
Do you want to?
That's amazing, dude. That's true, because he's clearly skinny. I don't think, unless he's been taking jujitsu classes or something, or some sort of martial arts classes. If we were to, guys, who do you think would win in a fight? If Matan and the Island Boy were in the octagon right now, who would win in a fight? I mean, dude, I'm putting my money on Matan. I really don't think this Island Boy could win. I really don't. I just don't think he can win a fight, dude. I just don't see it, man. I don't see it. It ain't freaking happening, bro.
Do you want to make a bet?
What's the bet?
No, I believe Matan. Yeah, let me know. Who do you think would win? The Island, in the chat, everybody, let me know who you think would win in a fight. Matan or the Island Boy? Go. Everybody participate in this chat. Matan or the Island Boy? Who wins in a fight? The floor would win.
I mean, if you try to attack me, I'll have to defend myself.
All right, just shut up and move on. Come on.
But you won't do it.
I would love, dude, please. Oh my God, I would love to see them fight so bad. I want it so hard, dude.
I don't, because I don't want to get sued. Just go.
I won't sue you.
I didn't write it down. Write it down. You won't sue me.
You think that's how that works? You think if I wrote down,
So you have a verbal agreement that you won't sue me.
Yeah, well, that's a verbal agreement.
you
You
have a
don't have to
verbal
write down a verbal agreement, you
So
imbecile.
you really want to get punched?
I wouldn't like to get punched, but I don't think I'd have to sue you.
Come on.
Witty bullshit question with the intention of confusing and irritating the guest. What do you think? Witty bullshit question with the intention of confusing and irritating the guest. What do you think?
I hate your fucking questions.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Rumble Wallet. Quick.
Oh man, it sucks. The one, I like Matan, but his crypto grifts. I mean, I think that's part of his grift. I mean, part of his shtick is to put out grifts, and I respect the grifts. Don't get me wrong. I mean, out of all people who put out grifts, I respect Matan because I think he does it for the love of trolling. And I do love Matan. He's one of my favorite trolls on the internet. Tim Smith says, I can't believe they lured him in with Subway. This should be the new Subway commercial. It absolutely should be. Tiny Line Gaming, I don't like to fast forward because I do like to support Matan in any way. So I will play through this. Let's keep going.
Question. How much control do you really have over your money? Technology is expanding and is changing how stuff works. With Rumble Wallet, you can buy Bitcoin, hold dollar-backed stable coins, and even own digital gold backed by real gold. One of my personal favorite things about Rumble Wallet is how simple the setup is. It connects you with MoonPay, and then you can input your credit card, your debit card, or your...
I just want to let you guys know that all crypto is a scam. Don't fall for it. It's all a bunch of... It's basically... It's basically gamblers versus gamblers. It's just like prediction markets. Prediction markets, it's gamblers versus gamblers. Crypto markets, it's gamblers versus gamblers. Some people will win, some people will lose. It's the Pareto principle. 20% of the participants in prediction markets in crypto win 80% of the time.
Bank account and have it up and running in just a couple minutes. And for a limited time, you can start your wallet with $5 by using my code MATAN5, MATAN5 to get $5 in US stablecoin USAT. So do this now.
No, crypto's a total scam. Absolutely. 100%, dude. But I do respect Matan. I don't respect this sort of crypto grift. I don't like it, but I respect Matan's love of trolling more than I hate this. Does that make sense? Okay.
Scan the QR code, click the link in the description, or go to wallet.rumble.com/Matan and use my promo code MATAN5. MATAN5 to get $5 in US stablecoin USAT. This is a limited time offer, so act now. Again, scan the QR code, click the link in the description, or go to wallet.rumble.com/Matan and use my promo code MATAN5. Terms and conditions apply. See the description below or visit rumble.com/promo official rules for more details. Thank you to Rumble for sponsoring today's episode. This is a paid sponsorship from Rumble. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. Have to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Factor. As you guys can probably tell, I've been extremely busy over the past couple months, and that's when I started using Factor more than I used to, and I've become a huge fan of it. With Factor, you get dietitian designed and chef crafted meals, so they taste good, and it's also very convenient. The meals can be ready in just 2 minutes, so you get to choose convenience, and it doesn't come at the cost of the flavor. Factor has banned over 175 bad ingredients, so all of their meals are designed to be what's healthier for you and not what isn't. 97% of users agree that Factor helps them live a healthier lifestyle. So aside from the convenience it brings, you can also feel like you're doing something good with every meal. It's time to eat real. Head to factormeals.com/Matan50off and use my code Matan50off. MATAN50OFF at factormeals.com/Matan50off to get 50% off per box and one free breakfast item for 1 year while supplies last until October 31st, 2026. That's code Matan50off at factormeals.com/Matan50.
Matan's killing it, bro. Matan's killing it, dude. I love it.
50 off, code Matan50 off. Thank you to Factor for sponsoring today's episode. See website for more details. Would it be fair to say you're one of the more...
I was thinking about getting Factor because it's like all pre-prepped meals and stuff like that, if I remember right, and all that shit. Sounds kind of nice.
disgusting people in the world?
Maybe.
I would say that it's pretty disgusting to pretend to suck your brother's
Yeah, it is.
So why'd you do that?
Because I still get more bitches than you.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. In fairness, it's not. It's gross. It's gross what they do. But the Island Boys know how to get the clicks. Unfortunately, they just do a lot of shock content on YouTube, and that's really all you have to do to succeed on YouTube. Is really once you get a certain following, you could pretty much just do whatever the hell you want. Almost. I mean, you still have to follow all the YouTube guidelines and all the bullshit, but for the most part, you can kind of just do whatever. I mean, as long as you're not like doing anything illegal or terrible or unethical, you're good. You could basically have whatever opinion you want. You could think however you want, as far as I know. I just hope YouTube doesn't go back to their old ways, because it's just going to go back to being a crappy platform again if that happens. Tiny Line Gaming, I really hope he didn't. I really hope he didn't, brother. I really hope not. Oh, my God.
What's the relation? You're saying that doesn't cut out the amount of bitches you get, or you get more bitches from pretending to give your brother oral
Dude, stop. I do the most... He's distracting me, bro. I did the most disgusting thing in the world, and somehow I still get more bitches than you. Because you're so fucking ugly.
But I wasn't asking about how...
Okay, the irony of this guy right here with all the annoying face tattoos, calling this man ugly. Matan is much more attractive than this fuck right here. I'm actually offended on behalf of Matan. All right? Oh my God.
How many bitches you get?
But
I was asking if you're disgusting.
I just answered your fucking question. Take it or leave it, okay?
Is that something you plan to do more of in the future, pretending
No.
to have... Or will you escalate and have real with your brother?
No.
So Tiny Lion Gaming says, why do liberals always announce when they're leaving a stream? I'm seriously convinced that liberals all have main character syndrome. Well, the thing about liberals is they think I give a shit about what they think. There's this guy named Sal, and he doesn't really, he leaves me alone because I don't really care about Facebook. I don't go on Facebook anymore. But this Sal guy was like being a total dick to so many people who had conservative values. And then one day all these conservatives got tired of Sal just being a prick and making up all this shit. So then they just tried to figure out what was wrong with him, and they found out, oh, there's a lot wrong with him. But yeah, Sal's terrible.
Why?
Actually, Sal kind of reminds me of this Island Boy guy.
I'm good. I'm good.
I can't hear you. You have your food stuffed with a bunch of... You have your mouth stuffed with a bunch of food.
I'm good. No more.
No more food?
No. No more.
Excuse him.
No more with the thing.
Well, that's what everybody knows you from nowadays. In the beginning, everybody just thought you guys were like funny-looking animals who somehow knew like a song, like kind of an African gray parrot. And now you've escalated to...
Because I'm an island boy.
Is what you're known for now.
I'm known for but I still have more followers than you on every platform.
I would rather not...
I think the only reason that he has followers is because of all the crazy shit he's done. People don't want to miss that shit. And granted, I'll admit that the Island Boys have a very smart marketing strategy. Just do a lot of gay shit with each other and then just do a lot of stupid shit. I think it's a bad idea because it's like, I yuck. But you know what? If it works for them, it works for them.
Not have to do to have followers on Instagram.
I had more followers than you before I did the
So then why'd you do it? To get even more followers?
Because I got greedy.
Yeah, I think that's what differentiates
Dude,
us. And
stop.
probably... Actually, no. That's what differentiates you and your brother from everybody else in the world. How did that conversation go with him initially? You were like, we should kiss each other? I mean, how did you convince him to do that? Or is he the one who came up with the idea?
Listen, is that the only thing you could talk about? Like, did you sit there and off to it?
No, I didn't.
Then, like,
it's what you're most well known for. You can't expect...
This is great, man. I'm loving this, dude. Come on, man. I'm surprised this Island Boy guy hasn't tried to, like, beat up anybody.
People to not ask you about it.
he off to it, right? Yeah.
How did that get approached, that topic? Who came up with that idea?
I have no idea.
You don't remember?
No, I don't.
It's all like a blur to you.
Yeah, it's a blur. I knew this is all he was gonna talk about.
No, I'll ask you something else.
Yeah, thank you, please.
Do you wish to be buried in a coffin or castrated?
A coffin.
Why don't you want to be castrated?
Because I said coffin, and we're gonna stick to that fucking answer.
I know, and now
Because I don't want to be castrated.
Why not?
Because I want to be in a coffin.
But you can be in a coffin and castrated.
All my family's in a coffin. I'd rather be in a coffin.
But you can be in a coffin and castrated.
All right, you know what? Then I'll get castrated. Fuck. It's like almost like you don't want me to be something.
Can you look in the camera and say, my name is the Island Boy and I want to be in a coffin and castrated?
I would not look in the camera and say that.
Can you say, I want to be castrated?
Dude, no.
Why?
Because I never even choose that answer to begin with.
But I want you to say that you want to be castrated.
Punk. Next question, punk.
Okay, fine. I'm a fucking punk. You're really giving me a lot to think about.
How old are you? 19?
Me or your brother?
Dude, I'm 25 fucking years old.
He's 25 too.
Okay. I'm 25 years old. You have a lot to learn.
I know, but not from the
You're a
likes of
bozo.
you. If I hung around you,
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about your life and experiences.
I definitely have a lot to learn and a lot more
Next
experiences
question,
to
sir.
have, I guess, unless I die. If your brain was replaced with a chicken's brain, would you become smarter or would you become way smarter?
I would become really dumb.
But your brain is replaced. I'm not saying you replace the chicken's brain with yours.
Right. So I would have to. I wouldn't know because I don't know if it's.
So the answer is way smarter based off all that fucking bullshit.
You haven't let
coming
me,
out of your
you haven't
mouth.
let me talk. I don't know.
Couldn't. You were failing to talk before.
I don't know if a
interrupted
chicken is smart.
you.
Well, a chicken's not smart. So let's.
That is pretty funny. Yeah, he's holding a vape like it's a cigarette. What the hell?
Let's have a third.
I thought you said being smart was an opinion. It was not.
Hey, fucker. Let's have a third option, and let's just say way dumber. There we go.
That's not one of the
This
two
show is gonna
options.
go the way how I want it to go.
You're just misunderstanding how a question
This
works.
show is gonna go the way how I want to go.
You guys don't. If you guys think the Island Boys are lame and a little gee, double tap your screen if you think the Island Boys are gee.
I mean, anybody can choose to not answer a question.
Oh shit, the Island. Whoa, dude. Maton's gonna fucking raise holy hell on him, dude. This is what we've been waiting for, dude. This is what we've been waiting for. The fucking showdown. Maton beat his fucking ass. Let's see what happens.
You better relax.
Stop.
I caught your punch. You better
Stop.
relax.
I'm not trying to punch you for real. Stop.
Well, I caught it.
Look, no, I'm not trying to punch you. I'm not trying to punch you.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
Did you see that wrist lock? Dude, I think Maton knows some fucking Aikido, dude. Did you see that wrist lock, dude? As the Island Boy guy was going in, freaking immediately got that wrist locked. Yeah, YouTube loves to retract comments, man. I'm sorry about that, bro.
Back up, guys. Back up.
Back up.
Back up. Back up.
Get the fuck out. Chill the fuck out. You're a little more of a bitch than you thought, huh?
So, guys, they want to jump me if anything happens.
Oh, no, that's not true. The truth is, I honestly hope Maton beats the living you-know-what out of this freaking Island Boy, dude.
I'm sorry, but you're not going to do shit. You're not going to do shit, and you're not going to do shit. You're a bitch, and bitch.
Well, you just tried and it didn't really go well
God, the Island Boys are so lame, dude.
for you.
Shut up. Go.
He's probably
You guys don't forget to double tap your screen to like the stream, though. We need more likes. We're desperate for likes. I need you to like the stream so badly. Oh my God, I'm so desperate. Oh, so desperate for likes. Oh. Let's keep going.
not a good idea to get violent with a chicken. It's animal abuse.
Whatever.
How do you think your life would be different if you were intelligent?
Probably better management skills, be better at responsibilities, you know, just better overall, you know, with you know, spiritually, mentally, physically. But you know,
It's actually a great answer.
Thank you, man.
Respect.
All right, dude.
If you didn't answer, you don't get any credit for that. Why does your brother forget how to speak? I thought I was
He's gonna say he's not my brother.
interviewing both of you.
Because he's not the real one. I don't know where he came from.
So where's your real brother then?
Not here. I'll tell you that.
Are you still on good terms with him? I read that you guys don't like each other no more.
No, I fuck with him.
You fuck with him.
I
You
fuck with
fuck him like literally. I mean, you also
No,
pretended-
Jeez. This is getting great, dude. Oh, dude, I don't know who crapped on their heads, man. It's tough to say. It's tough to say, bro. We got Sam Bram saying Garza sub. What's up, Sam Bram? Love you, brony. It's good to see you, man. High five. Get that high five, bro. Tiny Line Gaming says Matan knows Krav Maga. He was trained by the IDF. That's funny, dude. I like it.
fuck him.
We're cool. We're cool.
You guys are cool.
Yes, ma'am. Is it hard for people to take you serious?
I mean, I think people take me super serious. They can tell that I'm one of the most intelligent people to ever live. I did a live IQ test and I got a 380, which is one of the highest scores of all time.
380 up your ass. Fuck that.
That was a really good one.
No, it's just like you said 380. Boy, you didn't get that. You almost got me. I thought you actually took. Honestly, what's your real score of IQ?
I wonder what the highest, so intelligent quotient, I don't know if there's actually a limit to it, but like on an IQ test, like what is the maximum points? What are the maximum amount of points you can get on an IQ test? I should ask that to ChatGPT. I'm kind of curious, like what is the maximum amount of points you can get? Because I remember when I was like, when I was in high school, I did an IQ test and shockingly, I got like 130. It was like 133 or something like that. I was pretty impressed. I was like, I thought I was an idiot. Turned out I was like, I'm a social idiot, but I was like, maybe I'm more intelligent than I give myself credit for. Yeah, I was shocked when I scored a 130 on an IQ test, dude. That was shocking to me. Like 133 specifically. I don't know if I've probably gotten dumber since high school, but I was still pretty impressed with that. I was like, damn, dude, I scored high on this. At least I think 133 is high. I mean, I'm assuming 133 is high. Or might even be average, you know, but yeah, I was pretty happy about 133 as an IQ. I was shocked, to be honest, because I thought, it's like, really? I'm a dummy. At least I think I'm a dummy sometimes. So ChatGPT, ChatGPT, Tiny Line Gaming says 133 is high. Shit. Okay. Most college grad. Dude, so I have a higher IQ than a college kid? That's crazy on the average. I don't know. I still don't think I'm that intelligent, but then again, maybe I'm just underestimating myself as I usually do. But let's see. Now it's pretty crazy. Actually, I didn't know the average is 100 to 105. That's wild. So on ChatGPT, I was going to ask, like, what is the highest one could potentially score on an IQ test? Because nobody's ever like told me like what the max. So it says there isn't one universal maximum IQ score. It depends on the specific list. For most standard adult IQ tests, the practical ceiling is around 160. Scores above that become increasingly difficult to measure reliability because there aren't enough people at those extremes to establish strong norms. For example, the Stanford Binet's 5 standard scoring range extends to around 160, although it provides an extended IQ method for unusually high performances. Some specialized Okay. Whoa! So 130 and above. So if I'm at 130 or a little higher, it says very high, top 2%. I'm in the top 2% in intelligence quotients. That's bullshit. I don't know if I'm that smart. Come on. Come on. I don't know. I don't. I have a hard time believing him. I feel like I've gotten dumber since high school, so I'll assume that maybe I've dropped a few IQ points. But that's fucking crazy, dude. Holy shit. That's fucking wild to me, man. Cray cray.
$380. What do you
Yeah,
think the average
no.
score is? Why is that so unbelievable? When you-
Because no one's ever got a 380.
So what do you think that? Okay, what do you think the highest?
You would be
is?
the smartest guy in the world.
You're looking at him.
Oh my God.
Do you consider yourself a man of great dignity and self-respect?
I try.
I mean, Matan does have one of the greatest podcasts of all time, so this is the greatest podcast. This is entertainment to the max, by the way.
Do you think that you've gotten? You think you've acted with more dignity over time or less? How do you think that has worked?
Yeah, well, here's the thing, man. So you're saying that full of shit, if you were really a 130 IQ, you would be well aware of what that means. Hey, I just remember taking the IQ test because I thought it would be fun to take. I didn't even really care about it that much. I just thought, well, let's see what this whole IQ thing's about. And so I got 133. And I was like, cool. That probably means I did all right because it's in the higher ranges. So yeah, I really don't focus on IQ that much. I just know I took an IQ test when I was in high school and never really thought about it afterwards. So yeah, not everybody cares about IQ that much. I really don't. Sure, after looking at that scale, that makes me feel like maybe I've underestimated my abilities for a long time, unfortunately. But yeah, no, 133. I mean, I was shocked. I was shocked that because I thought I didn't know how the scale worked, you know. But anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think I've done an all right job in life, but let's keep
Worked out
going.
for you?
A little bit less, but I'm currently working on stacking and getting better at my dignities with the experiences I've been dealing with.
You think the fame just got you at some point?
Yes.
But yeah, I don't really give a shit about my IQ. I just care about my ability to execute in life, like actually execute my abilities, that sort of thing. That's all that matters. Like, am I able to take action in life and make my life a little bit better? Am I able to make other people's lives better? That's really all that matters to me at the end.
And why do you think that happened? How can somebody like me avoid that if I accidentally become too famous?
Don't get lost in it. Don't let it get to your head. Don't change who you are because your stats and your analytics.
Let's see. My boy TJ says, I would never kiss my brother. Oh, yeah. That's what those island boys did, dude. They were kissing each other. It's creepy. Balance of IQ and EQ are important. Heck yeah. I don't EQ. I don't know what EQ is. Oh, I know IQ's intelligence quotient, and EQ is probably like, I don't know what EQ is. I'll look that up here in a second. But I'm more curious about my island boy.
It's getting higher. You keep doing you. You know, you keep being human. You keep being the person you are. Fuck that. Keep doing what you're doing. Be consistent and keep grinding.
But don't let the analytics change you.
Don't let the fame change you. It's like
You let the fame change you?
I've had times where it's changed.
I've let the fame change me. Oh, emotional quotient. Got ya. Okay. Like emotional intelligence, that sort of thing. Okay, that makes sense. Hell yeah. Hey, thank you, JD, for the 100. Mucho apreciado, my brony brother. Everybody give a shout out to JD3S6C for the 100. If you guys want to send any gifts or super chats, you know we always appreciate it on this channel. You know, we're always a little gee for super chats and gifts. So if you guys want to send super chats and gifts, you know I will not refuse. And yeah, I love giving shout outs. Anytime people give gifts and super chats, man, I will shout you out Oh my God, I will shout you out all day long in a juicy man thong.
Changed me, yeah. Because it's always good to have that alter ego.
Hey, thank you, Gus Krazios, for the chili for 6 jewels. Stocks Family Farm with the star for 2 jewels. Thank you, my brony brother. Coyote 3 says, you're back. You disappeared for a while. So the reason I disappeared for a bit, I'm just going to make this very brief. My mom passed away. It's tough to talk about, so I'm not going to talk about it on the live stream, but she was able to pass away in peace. And I miss her a lot. I think about her every day. And her celebration of life is going to be on August 29th. And it sucks because my birthday is coming up. And it's just tough to realize that my mom's not going to be here. So that really sucks. I'm going to miss her a lot. But yes, Coyote 3, I didn't mean to drop that depressing news. I just wanted you to realize why I haven't been really streaming at all over the last month and about a week overall. So yeah, I miss her a lot, man. I miss her a lot, but that's okay, man. She's in a better place. She's not suffering anymore, man. She's not suffering. And I'm just happy that she's not suffering anymore. But I miss her greatly. I miss her very much. So
It's always good to have that motive of being that famous guy because you have accomplished something. But because you don't want to be that regular person anymore, that normal person, you know? Hand me my Pepsi back, if you don't mind. Hand me my Pepsi back. But yeah, but you don't want to be that normal person, you know? No, me. No, dude, why would you do that, bro?
oh, he started shaking it up.
Come on, bro, really?
Actually, I don't want to give it to you because it'll make a mess.
Okay, all right, whatever, dude. All right, so whatever. So
oh man.
what I said is that yeah.
Let's see. IQ is a pattern recognition, speed of thought, and reasoning. There are multiple portions of the test results. You don't just get a static IQ score. You receive test results on different sections. Sorry about your mom. Yeah. It's tough, man. It's been tough. I'll tell you that, man. I miss her a lot. And, you know, every day it does get tougher every day. I mean, I think that there's going to come a point where it gets less tough. But for right now, man, it's just been very, very difficult, man. Before we watch the rest of this, I need to get myself a drink of water. I'm a little dehydrated at the moment. Yeah, it is pretty funny, man. They don't even notice it's my mic. But hey, I do appreciate. I will say this though, I do appreciate all the gifts that everybody's been putting up on here. Hey, we appreciate gifts on this channel. So any gifts you guys send, we definitely appreciate it. So whenever you guys send a gift, it helps us grow as a channel. So mucho apreciado, man.
Yeah, you don't want to be. A lot of people don't want to be that normal person. You feel accomplished. It's like almost like becoming an NFL player. You know, like now you're an NFL player, you want to keep being an NFL player, but you know.
Do you think that's kind of how you? Did
No.
you play a lot of football as a kid?
I did play football, yes.
Is that where you contracted, CTE and stuff?
No, not at all. But an NFL player is kind of similar to a social media influencer or creator.
Oh shit! Hey, thank you so much for the hard right _V, man. I appreciate that. I got an unk alert. Oh wait, no, hard right _V sent me an unk alert. Jesus, I can't even read. Hey, thank you so much, hard right. I'm gonna put that up on the screen because I appreciate it big time. Thank you, bro. I'm an unk. That's what they call me, dude. Unk alert. If you guys want to send a gift, though, if you guys feel like acting like my boy hard right _V, we'll give you a shout out anytime you give a gift. So if you guys want to have your YouTube channel noticed or anything like that, super chats and gifts, man, they help out.
Or a rapper, because we all, at the end of the day, we are like, if, let's say we were to pay taxes, we're a walking business, we're a walking LLC. If you have an EIN number, you have a business account, you get everything paid. Everything's.
It's funny listening to a really dumb person try to sound smart, so all they're saying is like LLC and EIN number.
Well, I'm saying,
it's like, what the hell are you talking about? I mean,
I think the Island Boy kind of has a general idea of how business works, but I don't think he knows very well how business works. Hey, one Justin Credible, thank you so much for the happy poop yum yum. If anybody wants to send a gift, we love happy poops on this channel. We love all gifts though, and we're more than happy to give you a shout out. So anytime you send a gift, we give a shout out, and we want to thank one Justin Credible for sending a happy poop yum yum. We got you sitting up on the top of the screen right now, dude. Hard right says, I'm really the Unk 48. Hope you feel better. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Hey, love you guys. Appreciate you.
I know what that means.
Well,
but
I'm saying if you walk into a business,
you're only gonna trick people who are even dumber than you to think you're smart by saying stuff like that, and that's already a very small margin of people.
Right, but you didn't let me finish. But if you walk into a business, you're similar to an NFL player because you're promoting the business by being there, so that could be a tax write-off.
Yeah,
you're a walking LLC. You're a walking business.
Very wise.
No, I'm not trying to.
I mean, I do kind of agree with the Island Boy on that one, because if you think of yourself as a business, that can be pretty smart. For example, I do think of the Michael Garza show. I think of myself as a walking, talking business. Granted, I'm still an individual, I'm still a person, but I do see myself also as a part of my business. I'm very ingrained into my YouTube channel. The Michael Garza show can't really keep going without Michael Garza unless we find another replacement, but yeah.
Wise, I'm just saying that's what was.
Has anybody ever told you you're Italian?
I'm not Italian.
You look Italian because you're like such a wise guy. How did you get so much knowledge? I wish one day I can be as smart as you.
Yeah, I got you.
What did you and your brother do before you became famous? There's no way you actually had a real job.
I've had one job.
No way. What type of job? This one?
What do you mean, like this one?
I'm saying before you were famous, there's
Blow job.
no way you guys had like a real job.
I've had a job.
What?
Blow.
I worked at a vape shop.
Of course he did. Oh my God. Of course he worked at a vape shop. Oh my God. It actually makes perfect sense. He is the stereotypical vape shop employee. Tons of tattoos. Dumb as fuck. I love it, dude. I love it. One Just Incredible says, I switched accounts to give you some happy poop. Thank you, Coyote3. I appreciate it. Island Boy is a mix between a rainbow and a Pop-Tart. Mucho apreciado, man. That's hilarious, dude. Hey, if you got anybody wants to send a gift, we really appreciate it. Feel free to send, pretty much anything you want to send, man. Gifts help the channel out a lot, whether it's a super chat, whether it's a gift. Yeah, feel free to hit the gift button and we'll give you a shout out. Obviously, anybody who gives us a gift, man, even if it's a small gift, big gift, small gift, we love giving shout outs on this channel. It's what we're all about. So we'll happily give you a shout out, man.
A vape shop, like just like a liquor store?
No, just a vape shop.
For how long? How did that go?
I worked there for 3 to 4 months.
You paid well?
Hell no.
What did they pay?
Literally $300 a week. Crazy, right?
Yeah, that's real bad. Were
It's
they
bad.
paying you per hour, or how is that even legal? Or I mean, how many
Well,
hours?
I
were
lived
you
in North
working?
Carolina, so it was very cheap over there. I lived in a trailer.
Yeah, I mean, if you're living in a place like North Carolina and the cost of living super low, it's doable.
With a roommate.
Is that where you grew up, in North Carolina?
I did not grow up in North Carolina.
So where'd you grow up?
I grew up in West Palm Beach, Florida.
So why do you look like that? Because I see a lot of people from Palm Beach, like that Epstein guy I interviewed, and usually they look relatively normal, but you look like a little kid went nuts.
No. I think you never interviewed anybody that's actually from, because I don't know where that guy's from, but I'm from a different part of Palm.
I think Palm Beach Pete grew up in New York. I feel like he's a New Yorker. Maybe. Oh, no, wait. I think he did grow up in Florida and then just like moved to New York eventually. I don't remember. I don't know the entire Palm Beach Pete chronology or whatever, but whatever.
Palm Beach.
Oh, so there's a part where everybody just looks like a clown.
Well, we don't look like clowns. We're
I mean, you know you look ridiculous. Why? That's not even me insulting you. You know that. You think you look like a serious person?
I think you.
I don't think I look that serious.
No, I think you look like a virgin. That's
true.
I think your voice is horrible. I think a girl would turn dry just by listening to you.
Again, I wasn't insulting you. You
No,
took offense by it. I'm just saying
Then
you look
then,
insane,
then
right?
again, I have 60K in my mouth. You look at your teeth. Smile real quick. Ew, why is your mouth so small?
Because I'm smiling. I can't
Hold
really
on.
get a hold of it.
Just keep it like that real quick. No. Smile. You're an ugly kid. You're a by far ugly kid.
But I'm saying if
I love how this guy's saying that Maton's ugly, but dude, this guy looks just as ugly. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like, this kid is no more attractive than Maton. In fact, I would argue that Maton's a more handsome-looking fella. Dude, these island boys are so gay.
I'll be honest.
Pooey. Ay. But I'm saying if I tidied myself up, maybe got a reasonable haircut, I could probably get a normal job, right? If this doesn't work out for me.
Yes, correct.
I'm saying you couldn't. You're way past that point.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
You look like a homeless drug addict.
No. Stop. Hold on. I look like who?
A homeless drug addict.
Oh, I don't know. I never seen a homeless person look like me.
You've never seen a homeless person look like you?
No.
I mean, there's probably...
I will say the one thing that pisses me off about the Island Boys is I do feel like they take themselves a little too seriously. They try to act like these like gangster ass punks, and they're just like, oh yo, you can't say that about me, yo. But they do all this stupid shit. It's like, yeah, we should say that about you because you're doing stupid shit.
One outside of the building we're in right now that looks identical to you,
I
just
don't
without
know.
the ridiculous hair. That is a big distinction of what separates you from being homeless. 'Cause homeless people do not have hair like that.
Right, and homeless people do have hair like yours.
That's actually true. They do have similar hair to mine as opposed to yours.
Yeah, and they also look like you. And I never seen a homeless person with permanent teeth.
I think that's the last thing a smart person would do. Do you think like billionaires have diamond and permanent teeth?
I had veneers as well too. I had a Hollywood smile.
Yeah, but why? But
I had
you're bragging about this, not the
I had
veneer.
$100,000 white teeth. I took them off. I changed my teeth.
That's
3
one of the
times.
dumbest things.
$100,000 smile, but a $0 personality. That's the problem. You know, you can have the greatest smile in the world. You could be the most beautiful person in the world. But this guy's clearly not, but he's just got such a shitty, he's just such an F-boy is what you call them. And it's crazy.
Somebody could get
dude, my
$100,000
career's been
teeth.
way more successful than yours. You're just a loser, dude. You're gonna be homeless, or you're gonna have to work a job soon.
I think I'll just be.
I'll be just fine working
I'll
at
do
Best
one
Buy.
of those vlogs.
I mean, Matan has 1.73 million subscribers. I think Matan's doing quite well for himself. I think he's good. I'm surprised it's saying I'm not subscribed to Matan Evan. Really? That's actually a shocker.
Vlogs.
Yeah, dude.
I go from
you don't
homeless
even
to
know
a
what you want to do. Okay,
Yes.
just sit at home and just play with your little 4-inch. Well, I pimp out your mother or something. I'll figure it out, or sell her crack.
Wow. Very clever.
He's like realizing how much of a loser he is.
No, I'm finding the next question. I use like 85%.
Why is your notepad so small?
What?
Your production's ass. I don't know. I've
This
been
is high level shit. This is Hollywood production.
I love Matan because everything on his set is extremely cheap except for the microphones. You could tell these are actually some decent microphones that he has because they're like the Shure SM like something B microphones. I don't know specifically which ones, but whatever.
You see that fucking cameraman right there? That's a high level
That's
guy.
a Sony FX30 right there.
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it is. I think.
But this is why I say that woke leads to broke. I think the Island Boys are woke. And I think that they're an example of why it's not good to be woke. Woke equals broke. And the Island Boys are woke and broke. Granted, they're kind of, they're still winning the social media game because they're getting attention. All attention's good attention in the world of social media. Darth Slayer says, the big Gars, you still reppin' Trump? Of course I'm still reppin' Trump. Duh. We got Nobody Has Spoken, and his viewers just joined. What's going on? Everybody give a shout out to Nobody Has Spoken and his viewers. Make sure that you guys subscribe to @Nobody Has Spoken. We love my boy. Hell yeah, dude. Not hardly guy. We got a raid. We got a chat raid. I love it, dude. We let's keep going.
I have 3 of these cameras, but that's not a Sony.
Hey, dude, I'm a Trump supporter, man. I don't care. I'm not going to apologize for supporting Trump. Not a big fan of how long the Iran war has lasted, and I'm not a fan of the way that he's handled the Epstein files. But other than that, man, I can't help it. I'm Trump sexual, bruh.
How did your parents react when you made out with your biological brother on OnlyFans?
I don't have. My dad died, and my
Sorry to hear
mom.
about that.
My mom doesn't give a fuck. I'm taking care of her, so she doesn't care.
She doesn't care. Does she know that happened?
No.
She has no idea. Does she know you guys are famous?
She knows that I've always been famous since I came out the womb because
Oh my, my God, that's like funny. Wow, dude. Do you guys think that this show? My God, man, this is great, man. I love it, brother. I love it. Yeah, no, I'm all about the dude. I'm actually okay with the tariffs, by the way. Everybody gets all freaked out when Trump raises the tariffs, but it's like nobody gives a shit when our fucking debt is like $39 trillion in debt for the U.S. Spending budget shit. Not spending budget, but just we're like $39 trillion in national debt. So we got to find a way to pay off the debt. And if we have to increase some tariffs to start paying off the debt, then so be it. Let it happen, dude, because the debt has to be managed. The thing is, the U.S. is not managing its debt. We're only getting into more and more debt, and it's just going to get worse. The debt is going to get worse and worse. Is it 40 trillion, Gus? Holy shit. Holy freaking crap.
That's not how that works.
I mean I've always brought to the house, so I mean she always knew I was.
You brought to your mother's house.
I brought guns,
Yeah.
fucking my you dig? You feel me? I partied all the time. I've always been a hustler, motherfucker. I'm that guy.
I think Trump was doing the tariffs correctly. Tariffs are tariffs, man. They help to some degree when it comes to paying off shit. And look, Does it come back to us in some way? Yeah, sure, because tariffs will make the price of certain goods go up. But that's the price we got to pay if we want to get rid of the fucking national debt. We got to fucking hunker down, dude. We got to hunker fucking down, dude. We want to get rid of the national debt. We got to hunker down, dude. That's what I'm telling you. My boy Ty Lord. Oh my God. This is great, man.
You feel me? But
Was your mother not upset at
My boy Nobody Has Spoken says, did a 5.5 hour stream, EDP documentary, Asmongold, then Pal World, short break, then editing. Oh, shit, man. Dude, I'm already 2 hours into this stream. I'm feeling crazy, brother. It's good to see you, Mr. Nobody. I love it, dude. I love it. Oh, man.
all that you
Yeah,
had a bunch of
she
in your
testified,
house?
she testified against me in court, and I did 2 years in prison.
Your mother testified against you in court.
Hell yeah!
So why
Hell yeah!
are you taking care of her now? You should have her eliminated.
Brother, that's my mama. She actually
But she
saved
put you in jail.
She saved me. Shut your ass up. She's in a juvenile. If she would have done that, I mean, if she would have never done that, I would have been in prison right now.
So you were in foster care at some point?
No, I was never in foster care. My mama took care of me. I'm Cuban. We don't do that shit.
What, if Cuban people don't do foster care?
No, it's just my mama was good mama.
Yeah, that makes sense. Those Cuban people, they don't do foster care.
You're not understanding what I'm saying, but go on, German. Go back to Germany or something, please.
The Island Boy, man, pisses me off, dude. He's just so freaking lame. I gotta admit, watching this has been a little bit torturous, to be quite honest. Freaking Island Boy, man. Holy shit.
Finally worked on somebody, that trick.
You don't fit in here.
How do you think people would react if Longneck was able to fly?
Good question. I think he'd go more viral.
He would go more viral?
Yeah.
Yeah, hasn't been as viral recently, if you noticed. I'm having him on as my next guest in like 3 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's my next one. He's coming in a second. He's just running a little bit late. So we'll have to end in a second. And I was looking at his...
Oh, everybody give a shout out to Nobody Has Spoken, and his viewers have joined the chat to invade. I appreciate the invasion, though. I love the invasion. It's very sexy. Wait, if I was to go to Nobody Has Spoken, is he actually doing a live stream? I don't know. I'm talking like Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much, Robert Downey Jr. Jarvis, can you please make sure that my pants are tight? Thank you. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. I'm excited for Enes Kanter, though. Is he going to join the WNBA? I don't know, man. Oh, shit. Did Tucker betray MAGA? That's the question. You know, it's funny. Ever since I've been kind of focusing on my thumbnails, I've actually been kind of looking. Well, I've been focusing on my short thumbnails and my long form thumbnails for some of my videos. And I'd say it's definitely paying off because I have a basic thumbnail template. It's not too crazy. It's just got, some good background, a little bit of a good text, stuff like that. And so it's working out. It's doing its thing. The wild. Oh, that looks great, dude. I love it. Ennis Cantor, dude. I'm so excited for Ennis Cantor joining the WNBA, dude. I hope he does. I really, really hope he does, dude. I'm excited about that completely. Absolutely, 100%, bro. I should turn off the energy saving mode. What do you mean? I don't think I have it on energy saving mode. What are you talking about? Cause I'm an island boy and I'm just trying to make it. Oh. What do you guys? I'm trying to figure out what we need to watch. Oh, damn. Wildfires forced 20,000 people to flee as British Columbia declares state of emergency. Damn, dude. Oh, shit. Michael Malice and
I want
Kennedy?
you to talk about this because people who are studying on college campuses today, to them, communism, socialism.
I love Michael Malice, by the way. Michael Malice is amazing. Funny as hell. Great dude. I love me some Michael Malice.
Democratic socialism has been sold as this ideal, this
Democratic socialism is going to save you all. Just you wait.
wonderful thing that will liberate humanity. But those of us, like my mom, escaped a communist
It'll help you guys. It'll save your soul.
country. You left the Soviet Union.
Right.
Marco Rubio.
Just remember, all these people that came from socialist and communist countries to flee those countries, it was because they implemented communism and socialism incorrectly, not because they're terrible ideas. Okay, fine. It's because socialism and communism are terrible ideas, and that we should listen to people who come from communist and socialist countries to warn us about how shitty the idea is and why you shouldn't trust government ever to try to make your life better, because it never can.
You know, his family, Cuban American expatriates, like they came here to have a better life because they were living under the steel-toed boot of communism.
And I think people don't appreciate how awesome Cuba was before Castro came there. They weren't some kind of third world heck hole. They were like a resort area. It was like high culture, high education. These are like, if you know Cubans, they're awesome, quality based people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's even more kind of horrific. Not that it's not horrific in any other
Yeah, we got
consequences.
Nobody Has Spoken, and his viewers are checking us out. Hell yeah. Awesome. Coyote 3 says, I like the it's never been fully correctly implemented argument. Yeah, it's because it never can be. It doesn't work with humanity. And also collectivism, every single time when it's implemented on a massive scale and injected into a government, it turns into fucking authoritarianism every stinking time. Because socialists and communists, when they get a taste of power, they become really corrupted by it. I think that socialists and communists love telling people what to do. So when they start having power over people, they tend to abuse it. So it's something to keep in mind.
What's happened to their beautiful country.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's They don't have electricity. They don't have their cars are all vintage, not because they're hipsters like you and me, but
Yeah.
because they haven't made new ones and haven't imported new ones. Everyone is poor. You know, you don't have any, and you also can't talk about anything.
Yes.
Like everything's bugged.
Cuban Marxism has absolutely been a success. That's a good joke. I like that one. That's a funny joke. Tactical diarrhea. I appreciate you, bro. That's hilarious.
People are spying on you. I mean, you know, one of my most viral clips was when I was on your show in 2016, 2017 with this poof who was the son of some college professor.
Oh shit! The Barlow's back in town, dude. Sweet July by Take That. It was I listened to that song earlier. Really good song, man. Killing it, dude.
And I pointed out that the universities are the devil. That's where the evil poisoning starts.
Yes.
So, and I stand by that statement.
Yeah,
It's
but
only
this
proven
is
more
this
true
is
10 years
where they're
later.
sold that bill of goods.
Correct.
And it's like it has failed everywhere. Like
Oh yeah.
mass death follows in the wake
But
of
it has
Absolutely. Always ends in genocide. Always ends in eugenics. The one thing that I swear socialists and communists love is they love assisted suicide because they know that their shitty ideas are going to lead to people dying or needing to be killed for the greater good. So they love assisted suicide, unfortunately. They love eugenics. And here's the problem. Communism and socialism are concepts of scarcity, whereas capitalism is a concept of abundance. Believe it or not, capitalism is actually a very good and fair system, whereas communism is actually extremely unfair because basically the government owns the means of production and fucks everything up when they take it over. And everybody becomes poor and miserable except for the people in government. So that's just how it works. That's what communism is, dude. Communism's not pretty. In fact, it's one of the ugliest ideas that's ever been implemented in human society. Shall we continue?
succeeded in having the government control everything.
Yes.
And what their definition of success, I don't think is the same definition of success as you or I or anyone listening to this is. They want the oppression.
What is the difference between an anarcho-capitalist and an anti-capitalist anarchist?
Okay, so ANCAPs are people like Murray Rothbard and David Friedman who believe in property rights, and that the market can do everything superior to the state, including defense, including security, including protection and negotiating disputes between individuals like in a lawsuit. The ANCOMs, who are the original anarchists, people like Bakunin, Emma Goldman, Alexander Berkman, Kropotkin, they regard the government, and they're writing in the 1800s, early 1900s. And they had a point. This is something I think it's hard for people to say. You can say someone is wrong, but still say they have a point. They had a point that it's insane that like Vanderbilt and Carnegie have these 80 mansions when a woman who's working 14 hours a day, her kids are starving. And they're like, this isn't right. So they do, and what they saw is the cops are protecting those mansions.
Tactical Diarrhea says you'd be better off in Cuba, you broke dipshit. Dude, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You do realize that Cuba is a terrible example of a country that we should never try to match. We should never try to be like Cuba or any of these communist countries. That would be a bad idea, dude. Look up conditions in Cuba prior to communism. It was a hellhole, and clearly it still is one. Communism has not improved Cuba's standard of living. It's just gotten worse. Are you kidding? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And yeah, my place is not the greatest and grandiose place in the world. Jesus Christ, you guys sucks. You guys suck so much, dude.
And no one's doing anything for that starving woman who was working 14 hours a day with all those kids, and the kids are dying on her. Like this, they regard that as a moral abomination. And their point is, without the government, everyone would be working together, and you would have equality. There would be plenty of food to go around.
ANCAP's point is the exacerbation exists because of the government.
Exacerbation of what?
Of wealth inequality, sorry.
Well, and caps don't care about wealth inequality.
Okay.
So Margaret Thatcher, during her last, this is on YouTube, her last Prime Minister's questions, she was asked about wealth inequality, and she goes, I'm not going to do the voice, but I can. She goes, you'd rather the poor were poorer so long as the rich were not as rich. She goes,
Yep, that pretty much describes the communist mindset. Because all the communists and socialists do is they envy people who are doing better than them, and they want people who are doing better than them to suffer in the same way that they're suffering currently, because misery loves company. And the most miserable people I've ever met are socialists and communists.
you want it like this, but you guys want it here.
Yes.
And she's doing these hand motions. They're mocking her. But the point is, I don't want equality of opportunity. I want maximizing opportunity,
Yes.
right? So if some people are helped 3, other people are helped 8, great. Because the alternative is everyone's helped 2, and that is more equal, but it's not better.
Okay, but that's my problem with New York City public schools.
Well, it's
getting rid of the
government school.
talented.
Don't say public school, say government school.
Getting rid of the talented and gifted programs.
Are they doing that?
Yes, because there are too many white and Asian kids in the talented and gifted programs, and not enough.
Oh, man. Let me guess. Talented and gifted programs are racist. That's what the excuse is every time that these woke people have, dude. That's typical.
Black and Hispanic children. And I get that. Like, I would love for there to be a proliferation of all sorts of bright kids.
Okay, I'm
who
going to
get
interrupt
to be
you. I got to
challenged.
interrupt you because I went to Stuyvesant.
Okay.
Okay, which is
That's a very good school.
Yes, it's a public government
Yeah.
school here in New York. So here's
It's a
how you
Shizat.
Here's how you get into Stuyvesant.
Yeah.
There is a test.
The Shizat.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
The specialized something high school admittance
No
test.
one knows your gender. No one knows what you look like. No one knows anything about you. It is a completely fair test.
That's awesome. That's great. And it's a test, and if you do really well on it, I'm assuming that you get admitted into the school. Well, guess what? I'm sorry, but tests are not racist. If you're smart, you're smart. If you're dumb, you're dumb. That's all there is to it. You know stuff or you don't know stuff, and that's okay to admit you don't know stuff too. The first path towards wisdom is just saying, I don't know. I'd like to know, but I don't know.
Test to everyone. You take the test. The highest tier go to Stuyvesant. Second highest tier go to Bronx Science. Third tier go to Brooklyn Tech.
Yes.
It is free. It is open to anyone. At Stuyvesant, they talk about diversity. They're full of crap because Stuyvesant had, when I was there, I think 80 languages are spoken in that school.
Hezekiah says, then why do Cubans want to come to the U.S. if life is so much better in Cuba under the communism? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's like... skill. The Cubans want to come to the U.S. if life is so much better in Cuba. Yeah, so the thing is, it's like... And that's the whole point that Hezekiah is making, and Hezekiah is making a perfect point here. Communism sucks. It just isn't implemented well, and the reason that people want to leave places like Cuba is because it is a hellhole. All right? Communism is hell. All right? Talk to anybody who's fled from a communist country. They were like, it was fucking terrible. Why do you think so many people who come from communist countries get pissed off at all these social justice warriors telling them that they don't understand, it just wasn't implemented correctly? Communism fails wherever it goes. It's a terrible idea. It'll always be a terrible idea. It's as simple as that. You don't have to really reach any further than that. You just have to basically be honest with yourself. That's it. If you're honest with yourself on this one, you're good. But yeah, the left is out of its mind, dude. The left are out of their bloody minds.
It was, or 60, some crazy number. So when you say white, it's not like waspy kids. It's heavily Jewish, but it's also Italian. It's also Irish. It's also kids from all over the world. Asian. There, you had Laos. You had Chinese. Very few Japanese. Surprisingly, Korean. So on and so forth. You had Indian. You had everything. We had jobs. We had the whole thing. So when they say it's racist, it's like this is the most racially heterogeneous school you can imagine. So, and their argument was, oh, all these kids are getting special help from tutors. It's like these Asian kids who are working at their parents' like dry cleaning or fruit stand after school. Yeah, Tiger Mom is beating the crap out of them. They're not getting tutors. Like some of them do, but that doesn't explain everything else. And if that's your problem, great. Let's get poor kids and have free tutoring for them.
Yes.
And that will, if that's what you want to do, go to poor neighborhoods. And I think poverty is a much better thing to solve for than race. That would, fine, I'm for that too.
Yeah.
But they don't.
Oh, thank you for the happy poop yum yum, Mr. Nate Dogg. Appreciate it, Brony. I mean, dude, I see where Kennedy and Michael Malice are talking about with, needing to, like, I'm fine with like, making it to where that tutors are publicly available for those who are really struggling, especially if they come from a poor background and stuff like that, and they need a little extra help. That's great. I think that's, understandable.
Can't handle any kind of inequality, and that is completely in the face of how nature works.
Yes, and that's what they're trying to manufacture, equality of outcomes, and you cannot force that.
Well, you can.
Yes, you're absolutely right, because then you force everyone.
Well, you could force an equality of outcome. It just always turns into a disaster. That's why socialism and communism don't work, is because they tweak with nature. So when you desire an equality of outcome, it's not a good thing, by the way, because there's always going to be people who do more than other people. And what happens is the people who do more than others basically can't get ahead because most of their wealth is being redistributed to people who do less than them. And then what happens is the people who do more than the people who do less, they end up becoming resentful of the people who do less, because it's like, why should I do more because when all of my fucking effort's going to go to these lazy fuckers? And then so that's why you see people in communist countries really don't give a shit about anything. They're just like, yeah, we'll pretend to work while you pretend to pay us, because they know that if they make too much money, they're just going to get taxed more. And that happens in America too, unfortunately. So it's like there's really no incentive to move up, get rich. There's no incentive to do more. And when there's no incentive to do more, society collapses pretty quickly. And that's my take on it, at least. It's a pretty basic take. It's not a hard take to come up with. Hezekiah says you won't be talking on your electronic device in the comments without capitalism. Exactly. To all the people who are using a smartphone and a computer, I think that you should get rid of your smartphone and computer, because that's a product of capitalism. These products would not exist in a communist country. They would have never, if America was communist and socialist at its founding, we would still be sitting by candlelight. We would not have computers. We would not have anything. We would all be poor. We would all be miserable, and we would all be sitting next to the fucking candlelight, dude. If the founding of this nation started out as communist, the nation would not have lasted 250 years. It would have lasted 25 years, probably. Oh, there we go. Popping my neck, you guys.
Everyone, that's when you allow people to live on the street in encampments,
right,
and tell them that it's
the choice
and dignity. Like, you are preserving their dignity by allowing people to live on the street in the cold in their own feces.
But also, and they're also going to be the first victims of crime.
Of course, especially the women.
Especially the women, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, when are you running for mayor?
I'm running out of New York. I'm glad I'm in Austin. It's this thing with the supermarkets he's putting forward.
Yeah.
But I think
so. Saudi Arabia already rebuilt their pipeline just in a few short weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, their oil pipeline. But it's going to take Mamdani 3 years to build a $30 million grocery
30
store.
million?
Yeah, it won't be open until 2029.
But-
$30 million.
Hold on a
I
second.
know a guy on Staten Island who could do it for $4 million.
But don't you think
in
it's
3
a
months.
good thing he's dragging his feet?
Yes, it's great.
But I also think I think it's something very Ayn Rand about it. Because in my day, it used to be you give free food to the poor, and now you're selling food to the poor. So it's kind of like, this is kind of more capitalist, isn't it?
Yes.
In a sense. I don't. If there's one, the borough, for people who aren't New Yorkers, the boroughs are huge.
Yes.
So he's saying one supermarket per
borough.
That's like going to be several, like over a million people. Other than
Of
Staten
course,
Island, each borough has over a million people.
There's like 10 million people in New York City, in the 5 boroughs of New York City.
So like,
yeah.
how is one supermarket going to serve?
No, it's going to be like completely overrun. The shelves will be empty within a day.
Right.
And they won't be able to fill them back up because
I don't understand. I like to steelman people's positions. I don't understand his argument as to why that's better than food stamps.
there is no, because he's using this perverted math and logic to say that, we already subsidize these grocery stores to this amount. It's like, that's not true. Like, he actually misread a statistic.
But even if we did,
On a website.
Why is food stamps not better?
No, to give people more choice to be able to go in and get what they want. I mean, I don't care what they get. I really don't. And I know there's a lot of moralizing about they shouldn't get Diet Dr. Pepper. Like, I'll die on that
Oreos,
hill now.
yeah. Or Oreos.
Maybe they need sugar.
Well, they could buy it. Well, sugar
true.
is cheap. You just can't get Oreos.
That's true.
Yeah, you can make your own Oreos.
Yeah, you can get the private label Oreos, which aren't quite the same thing.
Happy-O's. You can really taste the ashes in your mouth.
Grandma, that's where you went.
Is the door gonna open? Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't get it. Like, socialism is you close down the supermarkets and only the government runs it.
Yes.
Having a private public option is kind of like Medicare.
Yes.
Okay.
So I feel like we got a lot of liberals in the chat. There's a lot of liberals in the chat. Like, look, I'll tell you this. I think with food stamps and everything, I think, you should be able to basically, buy whatever works for you. I do believe there should be obviously a budget for it. I don't think people should stack at zero. I will never believe in that at all. But yeah, people shouldn't stack at zero. That's just all there is to it. So I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of leftists in the chat that are trying to lecture me right now. I don't want to hear it from you guys.
It's like Obamacare. It's worse than Medicare.
Okay, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see where he's going with this.
Neither does he.
Okay, sure.
He's a child, and he's running the biggest city in the country.
Yeah, I don't trust Mamdani, dude. I think that Mamdani's going to run New York into the ground. I just don't think he's going to run this. He's ruining New York City. You guys will see soon enough that the government-run grocery store thing is going to fall flat on its face. Hezekiah says Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens went off the deep end with. I actually kind of agree with that. I actually not just kind of. I actually agree with that quite a bit, Hezi. Yeah. Nate Dogg says Mike hears logic and does a scare. But no, I really do think that my big problem with government-run grocery stores is that it's been tried before. Seriously, when the government controls the means of production, it's a big deal. It's a big deal, man. Seriously, it's a big deal. So government owning the means of production is just... it's ludicrous. You got to let businesses do their thing. And the moment that government interferes with businesses is the moment that capitalism falls apart. And when capitalism falls apart, we need established businesses to make things happen. Businesses make things happen. The medical field would be nothing without pharmaceutical companies. I hate to die on that hill. But we need capitalism, man. We need businesses. We need private institutions. We don't need more public institutions. We need more private institutions. That's what I believe. Ugh. Yeah, I think voter ID is a good idea. Absolutely. I think voter ID is a smart idea.
It's something that used to be so vibrant and a magnet for creativity and capitalism, and it's too big of a job for him.
But I also I got to tell you, whenever these things come down the pipeline, I'm just relieved that we haven't gotten to the point, which is where my biggest concern is, that he hasn't opened the prisons up.
But that's his goal.
Nate Dogg says government shouldn't interfere with businesses and businesses shouldn't interfere with government, yet here we are. That's the problem, man. Businesses are interfering with government. That should not be allowed in any way, shape, or form. And I don't think it should be allowed for government to interfere with the operations of businesses. I was actually not a fan of, hey, have a good night, Annie. It was good to see you. I'm going to be trying to do more shows, as many as I can, and try to entertain you guys as much as possible. See what I could pull off. But, I will say this, though, man. My problem is, the thing is, how do you stop because obviously businesses are always going to want to interfere with government policies. And governments are always going to want to try to interfere with business, but how do you put safeguards in place to prevent that sort of corruption? Because I do believe on both ends that's a form of corruption, and it needs to stop. I think it's businesses and government, they just shouldn't be in bed with each other, and they just shouldn't be interfering with each other.
Goal. I mean, he's already telegraphed that, like, we over-incarcerate people, which we do, but New York doesn't have a problem of over-incarceration. New York has a problem of recidivism. Right. Because it is the same few people doing the same horrible things
Giuliani figured
over
out.
and over and over again. And it's like, that's just math. Right. That's not racist. That's not, like, pro-cop. That is, like, simple math. If you have 5% of the population attempting 80% of the violent crimes, like, maybe those people need to be incarcerated.
But the thing is, he's a politician, and just because he signals something doesn't mean he's going to do it. So my hope is it was just talk, but who the hell knows?
Fuck. Oh man, crazy. Fucking crazy, man. Whoa. The billionaire hypnotist. I can erase your ex, 10x your income, and what? Kill a craving in one session. I will say, hypnosis is not a bad idea. I will say that hypnosis can be pretty smart, man. Straight up. My color resolution is not working. Oh, what do you mean my color? Are you saying that I'm kind of... Oh. I think I might need to... I think I can change that. Hold on. Video output. Oh. I know how to change that. Hold on. You want to see me in a more fuller color, I think is what you're saying. I know what you're talking about. In fact, I need to actually enable that on here. One moment. Let's see, YU2. Color space. Color range can be full. I think most people's screens are good enough to accept a full range of color. Is that better? So I'm actually doing a full color range now on here. Can you see me a little bit better in my full color range? I changed up the color schema. But Coyote, let me know if my color resolution. Oh, your color revolution. I thought you said I'm so dyslexic sometimes. I thought you said resolution. Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were saying resolution, not revolution. I'm sorry. I misread. My bad. But you know what? At least it makes my colors colorful on here. I don't know. It's crazy. The question is, will the WNBA do it? Will they allow Enes Kanter to be in the WNBA? I sure hope they do. I want to see Enes Kanter in the WNBA so friggin' much, man. You got no idea. No idea. Well, the question is, what should we watch, man? What should we watch on the YouTube? That is the question. Well, I don't necessarily want anarchy. Hell no. Nope. Hezekiah Wallace, my man, thank you so much for the happy poop yum yum, and sorry for my silence while I try my best to find something to watch. Small government is easier for the people to control. Exactly. That's why when government gets too big, that means that the people cannot defend against a big government. It's very tough. So the bigger that government gets is the scarier it becomes. You got to watch out, man. You know, I'm a little bit sad about Asmongold. So he's got like a 2-week suspension or something like that from Twitch. to be honest, Twitch is such a fucking pussy platform. Like, it sucks. Twitch is terrible because it's not creator friendly. They ban people for having risque opinions, which you should be able to have any opinion, and it shouldn't really fucking matter. If people can't handle the fact that you got a crazy opinion, they just shouldn't be on the platform. If they want to be on the platform, fine, but if they can't handle it, you know, they don't have to watch your show, you know? And that's the point. People don't realize that they could just change the channel. That's all. It's as simple as that, man. Financial audit, dude. Uh-oh. Something insane just happened. Trump walked away from the Iran war. Really? Hold on. What do you mean walked away from the Iran war? Is just basically like, we're done? Or did he walk away from the peace deal? JD Vance gives an update on Iran. All right, we'll watch this.
JD Vance.
I'll tell you what we're going to do, though.
We spoke about.
I think this is going to be the last video that I watch for the night. Well, we don't need anybody to re-educate anybody. I don't believe in the whole re-education thing. I think that's always stupid. I think that people should just learn how to educate themselves, but we all have this learned helplessness about trying to take in new information. That sucks. You got to learn shit, man. You got to be a lifelong learner.
About everything from Trump's efforts to finally put an end to the Iran war to the administration, which is now calling for Congress to do its part in protecting taxpayer dollars, your money, from being stolen by fraudsters. The vice president also responded directly to a comment that was made about him by the Democratic Senate candidate from Michigan, Abdul El Sayed. It was pretty personal. In the vice president's new book, Communion, which details his journey from atheism back to Christianity. Now, my interview with the vice president. Vice President J.D. Vance, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Of course. I'm going to get to your extraordinary book here in a moment. I read it. I'm very taken with the stories, and I'm fascinated by it. But I do want to start, Vice President, with some news of the day. And there was big news that you were in the Senate this week.
Let's see. Coyote 3 says the left want more authoritarians. I think Trump should give it to him. No. Here's the thing, man. We don't want to... We never want to give in to authoritarianism. Just a bad idea. Authoritarianism doesn't work. I think that we should avoid that at all costs. You know, we don't want to be authoritarian, man. I think it's a bad call. Bad idea, dude. Bad. Brad. But, yeah, dude, it's a terrible idea.
You went to a lunch with senators. Iran dominated the conversation. So I was hoping you could give us a readout of that meeting.
Yeah, well, love to go and hang out with some of my old GOP colleagues in the United States Senate. Great guys, people who are trying to do the right thing by the country. We talked about a number of issues. We talked about the budget reconciliation legislation that we're working on. Obviously, the president's priority right now is to get the Save America Act passed. I think it's absurd that we're the most advanced democracy in the entire world, and yet we don't have voter ID. That really has to change. We also, of course, talked a lot about Iran. And where Iran is today, Kaylee, is that we're talking to the Iranians, of course. We're trying to maximize the amount of oil and gas that are coming out of the Strait of Hormuz. That's the thing that we're most focused on right now. And you see, I think, oil prices dipping around $80 a barrel today, sometimes a little bit lower. So we're just trying to make sure that we get what we need out of this particular conflict. If you go back and remember what it is that we've done here, we've destroyed their nuclear program, we've destroyed their conventional military, we've radically reduced their, what you might call their asymmetric military abilities, and right now we're trying to see if they're willing to make the kind of long-term changes that would be necessary to have a better relationship with the United States, and if not, that's fine too. We're just going to keep on applying the pressure that we can apply and getting as much oil and gas out of the Middle East so that Americans can enjoy lower gas and energy prices. So that's the delicate dance. The final thing I'll say about this, Kaylee, is I try to remind people that we're really in the middle of the game here. This thing is not over. It's obviously not a
I am a little bit pissed that the Iran war just isn't over. Just get rid of all their military. I mean, we have the military capability to essentially to do what needs to be done. Seriously. Like, I am so sick of all the excuses. I'm actually pissed off about the Iran war. Shockingly. You know, I was okay with it at first because I don't like Iran and I don't like Iran's government per se. I'm not a fan of Iran's government, not at all. And so, yeah, I think Iran's government deserves what they're getting. But at the same time, what the hell? You know, what the frickin' F, you know? But no, I'm a fan of what Trump's doing for the most part, but the Iran war has lasted far too long. It needs to end. There's no reason for this to last any longer. We can clearly wipe out their entire military and just call it good.
That's fine too. We're just going to keep on applying the pressure that we can apply and getting as much oil and gas out of the Middle East so that Americans can enjoy lower gas and energy prices. So that's the delicate dance. The final thing I'll say about actions actually happen. What's been going on for the past week or so is that the Iranians and the Gulf countries, particularly Oman, have been talking about how to ensure the safe flow of traffic. The one problem, of course, is the Iranians laid a large number of mines at the beginning of the war. And so what we're really working through now is how you can actually set up a traffic scheme so that the ships that pass can pass through safely. That includes, of course, demining. That also includes a commitment from the Iranians that they're not going to fire at commercial vessels. They're hurting in a big way. They want this thing to be over. The question is whether they're able, their system is able to give the things that are necessary for us to be happy, for us to feel like we've gotten what we need out of this particular engagement. That is still to be determined, but I do think that we've made some progress over the last few days.
So to domestic politics, you had some policy critiques, some very fair ones, of El Sayed, of course, the Democratic nominee for Senate in Michigan. Rather than responding to your policy critiques, here's how he responded. Listen to this.
Is that Peter Thiel's boy with that Ohio charisma he's got? That guy. I think we've had enough of him. The last thing that he said that made any sense was hillbilly elegy after he said that Donald Trump had no business being president of anything. That was the last time he made sense, and then he decided to suck up to power.
What's your response?
Well, look, I don't pay that guy much mind. The problem with El Sayed's
a freaking... He's terrible. El Sayed's so freaking annoying.
Is that he is a person who claims to stand for working people, and yet he opposed Donald Trump's policies that have quite literally saved the Michigan auto industry. This is not a guy who wants a prosperous economy where auto workers and everybody else can actually raise a family, ideally on a single wage if they so choose. What he is actually trying to build is an economy where you tax some people, you give it to Democratic Party favored interest groups, and that's just not how you create prosperity. You create prosperity by actually rebuilding the middle class of this country, rebuilding the industrial foundation of middle class prosperity. So, of course,
the middle class is dead, dude. Middle class is dead, dude. Seriously. Like, it just is. Whether people like to realize it or not, man, it's just the middle class is dead.
He's going to make personal insults. He's also gone after my kids. He's just kind of an odd guy. But I think that it's telling that instead of talking about...
Yeah, Saeed sounds kind of weaselly, man.
...about what he wants to do to make the lives of Michiganders better, he takes personal insults at me. Yeah. I'm the vice president. It comes with a...
Coyote 3 says there are tons of people that are willing to throw down if you call COVID out. And when there's a lot of people who defend... I wouldn't say a lot of people. There's a lot of... there are people who defend Dr. Fauci, and that blows my mind. Because COVID, honestly, the COVID years were the worst years of my life. Seriously. Huh. But yeah, anyway, so the COVID year sucked.
Territory. I think the guy's crazy and would be a terrible senator for the people of Michigan. We're going to make that case, and obviously the people of Michigan are going to make their vote.
And one thing that he doesn't talk about too often, but you certainly do, is fraud. And the American people care deeply about it. I watched your fraud roundtable, the task force, with great interest this week. You laid out a 3-part plan for Congress to help out with this. And one of the interesting points was data sharing and forcing Democratic states to share their data with you. I'm curious why you would need legislation to force Democrats to combat fraud. I would think they would willingly turn this information over to you.
Yeah. You'd think,
you would think
the Democrats would, but I don't think the Democrats are all about image, optics. They don't care about doing the right thing. They just want to make it seem like they're doing the right thing to you. They want you to think they're doing the right thing. They want you to think they're doing the right thing. They don't really care about doing the right thing. They just want to have the perception. They want others to think that they're doing the right thing. The Democrats don't really give two shits about doing the right thing. I'm going to say the same about the Republican Party. I think there's a lot of rhinos in the Republican Party. There aren't any Abraham Lincoln-style Republicans, really, at this point. Donald Trump, I will say, is probably the closest thing that you're going to get to a, an Abraham Lincoln-style Republican.
I think so, Kaylee, but unfortunately, too much of the Democratic Party boss runs on the money that comes from fraud. The NGO network, the political parties, some of the nonprofit organizations in these blue states, they actually depend on the fraud to fund their operations. And to explain this a little bit to the American people, Kaylee, the craziest thing, I mean, I was literally shocked by this the first time that I realized that when we send, for example, $8 billion to the state of California to run their food stamp program, they don't even verify eligibility. You could have illegal aliens on that program. We have no sense at the federal government. We send them $8 billion, it goes out the door, and we have no way of confirming whether the state of California is actually spending that on needy Americans, because of course we want to help people who can't afford a bite to eat. But the program is not there for illegal aliens. It's not there for fraudsters. And what California and so many blue states have done is really turn down the eligibility requirements, turn down the verification requirements, and we unfortunately are just going to have to force them into some basic stuff. Things like checking when somebody signs up for food stamps. Are they in this country legally? Do they actually have proper photo identification? Have they committed a terrible felony in the last couple of years? Basic eligibility checks that so many blue states are not doing. So we're going to have to force them to do that. And that's one of the things we've talked about with our congressional colleagues, is just forcing some of these blue states to share the data. I will say, Kaylee, in the defense of some blue states, some Democrats have been willing to work with us because they recognize that fighting fraud should be a bipartisan issue.
It should be, but here's the thing. The Democrats just never want to work with the Republicans, unfortunately. The Republicans seem to be willing to work with the Democrats if the Democrats are being reasonable and actually making sense. But when the Democrats are talking wacky tobacco democratic socialism and all this bull crap, then guess what? Nobody takes the Democratic Party seriously because they talk about a lot of stupid crap. So that's as true as it gets, man. It's the ghastliest of truths. But let's keep going, dude. JD, I love you, JD.
Unfortunately, you've got the Californias and the New Yorks of the world who seem to want their states to be defrauded by the fraudsters, but we can't let that happen. It's gone on for too long.
Absolutely, it's gone on for too long, dude. California's turned to a crap hole. Fucking a lot of, even Oregon, dude. Oregon under Tina Kotek. Christine Dresden better win the governor race, man. That's funny, dude. Ben, that's a pretty funny comment. I'll give you props on that. That's funny. Coyote 3 says COVID made the corporations more powerful. They shut down local mom and pop businesses and kept the essentials open. Yep. Exactly. Basically, COVID killed small businesses. I'm not saying that the virus killed the small businesses. The idiotic policies that were implemented during COVID killed small businesses. And it was intentional, very intentional, to be honest. It had to be. I can't think of any other explanation. And that's just my opinion, by the way. But the COVID policies, the shutdown policies, killed a lot of small businesses. And honestly, it's sad that some of those small businesses actually listened to the government.
And the president has asked us to stop it. We're finally taking it seriously.
Have any Senate Democrats called you and said, hey, how can we help with these legislative priorities?
I'm not holding my breath, Kaylee. Unfortunately, the Senate Democrats are too captured, I think, by the far left of their own party. Where you've had Democrats work with us, it's local officials, state officials, some attorneys generals whose job it is to prosecute the fraud. And so they realize how terrible the problem is. But unfortunately, Kaylee, I mean, this is the story of the National Democratic Party leadership. They won't do the things that even their own voters want them to do.
Yep.
I mean, you ask about fraud. I think one of the most serious frauds in our country is voter fraud. 80% of Democrats would love to see voter ID, but we can't get a single Democrat to help us with the Save America Act. I don't think, unfortunately, we're going to have too many Senate Democrats who are trying to stop the fraud. It's a shame because I'd love to work with them.
It is. Well, to your extraordinary book, Communion, I loved reading this because as I started reading this, your upbringing, at least theologically, reminded me of my upbringing. I was an evangelical Christian. I read Tim LaHaye. I read C.S. Lewis. I went to Young Life. These were all things that were a part of my life, and they were a part of yours. And then there was this turn to atheism for a few years, and I'm wondering if you could tell me how that happened.
I think a couple things happened, Kate.
I think a lot of people get to that point where I wouldn't say I'm atheist. I did have an atheist phase when I was younger, admittedly. But I will say that I, as I got a little bit older, I just kind of became a little more agnostic in the sense that who am I to say that God doesn't exist? Because for all I know, he very well could. You know what I mean? For all I know, there could be some form of a creator. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's not necessarily far off. Maybe there is a creator, and that's the way I kind of look at it, man. Maybe there is one. But who knows? But after the dream I had about my mom recently, because she spoke to me in my dreams, and it was very real. It was very real. She told me she's doing okay. And that's definitely something I needed to hear. Miss you, Mom. I will say this, though. Been thinking about her a lot, man. Wolf Dom says that God is an entity. Probably. Reality's kind of complicated sometimes, huh, you guys? It's kind of weird to think that I'm holding my mom's ashes. I miss her quite a bit, to be honest. I'm glad that she was able to tell me in a dream that she's doing okay, though. That did bring me some peace. It just still hurts, though, that I... Yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't really feel like reacting to anything else right now. But I will say this, you guys. I miss my mom. I miss her a lot, and it sucks. I'm still having a very tough time dealing with this. It's been over a week since she passed. It's not easy. And obviously, to anybody who's gone through the loss of a parent, or the loss of anybody, to be honest, especially somebody close to you, it's not easy. It's difficult. And I miss her a lot, though, straight up. Dolphin Tactics says, but yeah, I miss her a lot, and yeah, and I'll keep talking, I think I hope to see her when I dream. It just sucks. And it sucks because I don't want to be mad at my dad. I spent some time before this stream getting pretty angry at my dad, and it's very tough for me to get along with him, but I wish I could. Struggle sometimes, but I try my best. But yeah, I'm still going to keep trying, you guys, to live life the best I can and just try to be as happy as I can, I guess, and just see what happens. I wish my dad understood me a little bit. He never will, because, well, he doesn't understand anything. I do think my dad is very limited in the way he views the world. It sucks, but I can't help that. It's just the way he is. He's an asshole, and he has no spine, but that's okay. And but either way, yeah, I definitely miss my mom for sure, though. Her and I, we didn't exactly get along too much either, but we still loved each other. I will say that it was easy. Sometimes it was a lot easier to get along with my mom than it was my dad. My dad and I, fuck. I wish I could get along with my dad. He's like an impossible person to get along with. There's a lot of reasons why. Yeah. There's a lot of reasons why he couldn't hold down a job. There's a lot of reasons, not because he was incompetent or anything. He just treated people like shit. And, back in the day, he's gotten a little better over time, but yeah, I'm sorry. I just think about my dad and I get pissed off. So I'm trying not to talk about him right now. But yeah, I miss my mom straight up. And, yeah. But I'll see you soon, Mama. Not immediately, of course, but I'll see you when I see you, though. Hopefully, maybe you'll visit me in my dreams tonight. That'd be nice. It's always nice to talk to my mama. Anyway, thank you guys. Hope you all have an incredible night.